everyone. Welcome back. We're here at the Crux Climbing Gym in Laval. We're here for the Youth Nationals Bouldering Competition 2022. Bienvenue tout le monde. On est ici au Crux Centre d'escalade à Laval, puis on est ici pour les championnats nationaux jeunesse en bloc 2022. I'm Bonnie DeBryan. I'm here with longtime climber, former competitor Casey Wilson. We were here at semis earlier today. We had a great time. Casey, tell us how it's going to work for finals.
Yeah, semis was a great show. After a few hours rest, our athletes are going to be competing this evening in a final round. We've got 4 categories competing this evening. We have Youth A male, Youth A female, Junior male, and Junior female. They're each going to face 4 blocks during their round, and they'll have 4 minutes to try each of those bouldering problems.
C'est vrai, Casey, ça va être exactement comme une Coupe mondiale de IFSC. Ça va être un problème pour tous les compétiteurs, compétitrices vont faire le même problème en premier, puis ils vont avancer à la prochaine. So let's see this party started.
I'm excited.
We're going to take a look over here at the wall. They're doing their introductions. GF on deck, introducing everybody. I think he's making the announcement, Casey, that Ethan Pitcher just made his first World Cup final.
Oh, incredible.
In Salt Lake City. So that's really exciting. He had a time of 6:06, which is not actually his personal best because we saw him break that record at Speed Nationals in February in Richmond. But it is an excellent time, obviously, and it helped him advance into finals for the first time.
Amazing. Well, that's great.
So they're going through all the thank yous at the moment. Before we get going, everyone, we really want to acknowledge the land on which we are hosting this great event.
In the spirit of truth and reconciliation, all of us at Climbing Escalade Canada acknowledge that we gather on traditional, unceded land of the Mohawk Nation, one of 5 Iroquois nations. We honor this land as well as other First Nations, Métis, and Inuit lands and territories on which we work and play. The CEC recognizes the outstanding contribution the First Peoples make to sport and acknowledges the power of sport to promote reconciliation and address inequality.
Dans l'esprit de vérité et de réconciliation, nous tous à Climbing Escalade Canada reconnaissons que nous nous réunissons sur les terres traditionnelles non cédées des communautés Mohawk, l'une des 5 nations iroquoises. Nous honorons cette terre ainsi que toutes les autres terres et territoires des Premières Nations, des Métis et des Inuits sur lesquels nous travaillons et jouons. CEC reconnaît la contribution exceptionnelle des premiers peuples au sport et reconnaît le pouvoir du sport dans la promotion de la réconciliation et de la lutte contre les inégalités. And before we introduce our finalists, we're going to have a brief moment from our sponsor, Basecamp.
From humble beginnings to a global stage, no matter if you climb for fun, for sport, or for life, you found something in climbing that calls to you. A passion to struggle, to strive, and to ascend. The climb may be between you and the wall, but as a climber, you are a part of a community. A community every climber calls home. Rockbase, proud partner of Climbing Escalade Canada.
That would be our CEC partner, Rockbase.
Yeah, this event isn't possible without these great contributing partners or these great partners that we have here at the CEC.
Now we're having our wonderful finalists being introduced. This is the
Youth A female on screen right now.
It's going to be a little tricky for us to keep all of the athletes, keep track of all the athletes and which category they are. We've got 24 athletes going to be on stage right now, and then 4 at a time.
These are our junior male finalists on screen.
That would be Jackson Mcdonald, Ethan Hoffman, Hugo Dorval, Mathieu Rodriguez, TJ Foley, and Owen Gambling.
There we go. We'll get a look at our finalists here. The helpful graphic from our friends at Sport Canada.
Another one of our wonderful CEC partners, along with Arc'teryx, Movement Factory, and Rock Digital.
And this is a look at our junior female boulder finalists.
Sydney Park, Michaela Kochi, Amelia Kalanen, Lily Trottier, Riley Galloway, and Jessica Lee. So you'll see these numbers are listed in reverse order that they ranked in the semifinal.
That's right.
They will come out in reverse order, starting with the 6th place ranking from semis. They get 2 minutes to preview all of their boulders in advance, Casey.
Yeah.
It is not a flash in the sense that they come out and have to figure it out right away. They do get a preview.
Yeah, and this is really interesting because you'll see the athletes talking to each other. It's really up to the athlete to determine how much information do they want to share. You know, a lot of them, I think you do share information with each other, but you know, you got to wonder if some are maybe holding a little something back. And I think everyone has a little bit of a different climbing style, so you may or may not want to go with the beta that the group has kind of been talking about during the preview.
For sure, and I think teammates will tend to stick together because they're used to working together, so you know, they're used to working out problems. They know each other's styles.
That's right. You'll see the athletes touching the start holds too. They are allowed to do that. They can touch the taped holds. They just cannot have their bodies leave the ground. So they need to keep at least 1 foot on the floor at all times while they are in this preview.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's the case. Sometimes they won't even be able to reach the start holds from the ground if it's a bit of a running start.
Sure.
They have to pop up into it. But this is a really important 2 minutes. It sounds like not very long, but actually it gives them a lot of time to kind of solve the puzzle, as it were.
That's right. They can try and draw out as much information as possible, and they're going to take that back into ISO with them and try to remember what those boulders look like. And it'll be interesting because you'll see some athletes will come out in their round and they'll just get climbing right away because they remember what they've seen. Others might want a little refresh and take a second to preview once again on their own.
Yeah, there's an advantage to starting right away because you have only 4 minutes. In semifinals, you had 5 minutes, and even that sometimes wasn't long enough for people. And so 4 minutes is even shorter, and this gives them, if you get on right away, that first attempt, if you need more, you have more time. So there is a slight tweak that the setters are going to make for between the junior men and the youth A male category. So the junior female and the youth A female are climbing on the exact same boulders. You'll see that they're going to start on one end of the gym, and then they're going to switch sides of the gym to do their 3rd and 4th boulder. But for the men, they want to make a slight change. They want to make the junior male boulder just a little bit harder.
Well, I think you're going to notice too, the junior male athletes are a little bit taller in general, so they're a bit bigger. So the setters are definitely going to account for that in those small adjustments, I think. And some of these junior athletes have a little more experience in competition, a little more experience potentially even on the open circuit.
Oh, totally on the open circuit. I was just going to say that. Yeah, we've seen a lot of these guys, Ethan Hoffman. They've been around for a while competing, and and it shows in their climbing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we saw that in semis today. We saw some boulders that were shared between categories that weren't done in some of those earlier rounds or not done as frequently, and they saw a lot more tops in the junior category. And that's just, that comes with age and experience.
Sure. Our setting team is a pretty phenomenal group of talented young people. I have to say, we were so impressed with the diversity of style and the separation of climbers in the semifinal round, which was, it's a very hard thing to achieve, a really nice round where the top climbers get challenged and the less experienced climbers still get something to do and feel good about their round and can still get off the ground. And so trying to achieve this balance between, the diversity of climbers on the mats is tricky, and they did an amazing job of that.
They really did.
Our head setter for this event is Fred Charon, and his assistant head setters are Corinne Baril and Hayden Jones. And the setting team is Caleb Thomas, Chloe Earle, Victor Flutre, Jonathan Poitras, and Andreas Lurch. And I just want to highlight here that we have 2 female setters on this team. This is definitely something that the CEC is trying to encourage and give opportunities for more women to get experience. And it's obviously the more diversity we have in setters creates the more interesting boulders. And Corinne has been setting for 7-8 years now. She's a setter at Block Shop, and this is her first time being an assistant chief at a national event. She's done other national events before, but this is her first time being an assistant chief, which is awesome. And this is Chloe's first national, so
Amazing.
that's great to see.
Yeah, and I think that's important. It's important that the setting team reflects the competitive environment. It reflects the competitive field. So I think it's great that we're seeing more and more women getting involved in setting.
Totally. Little shout out to our local sponsors too. This event was helped along with by Axio, by Tourisme Laval, and by the Gouvernement du Québec.
So as we mentioned earlier today, this is an important event. This event is serving as a way for the CEC to select their team members for Youth World Championships that will happen in Dallas, Texas in August this year. So this event is important to these athletes. They're going to be looking to put on their best performances because they want to secure some of those quota spots for the team heading to Youth World Championships. It's definitely a big event and a lot of pressure for these young athletes.
That's for sure. And there are a couple of spots that have already taken. So basically, unless otherwise, if the spots haven't been taken, they would take the entire podium to Worlds.
Right.
But we have Evangelina Briggs is already qualified for
Youth A bouldering.
That's right.
Yep. And Oscar Baudron as well, Youth A male.
Indiana Chapman has qualified for junior female.
And Victor Baudron for junior male.
Right. So for these 2 events this evening, Youth A and junior, all 4 actually, we are looking for 2 more spots.
That's right. Yep. 2 athletes per category here tonight, looking to secure a spot.
Yeah.
So if you didn't catch it, we are currently running 4 categories. We've got Youth A male, Youth A female, junior male, and junior female for our finals today. Tomorrow, we'll see the final round for our Youth B male and female athletes.
It is, it's quite the challenge to accommodate so many athletes. We love giving the opportunity to all the different categories to compete in a national event. So it's well worth it, but it is a little bit more, strategically difficult than an open event, for example.
Yes, exactly. There's just that many more athletes and therefore that many boulders that need to be up on the wall at the same time. So it can definitely be a challenge, and I think that this event has shown that they're doing a great job, and I think the athletes are all having a great experience here. So
yes, the organizing committee, everybody involved here is, this is not their first rodeo.
No.
They clearly know what they're doing. It is very impressive. And I also mention this to be a little forgiving with the filming, because it's might be more difficult than usual to get all the action of all the athletes on the screen at all times.
Yes.
But we will do our best to keep you updated on every important moment.
Yeah. So the setters have made their tweaks to the boulders as needed, and now the athletes have switched ends of the gym, and they're going to start their preview on these last 2 boulders here.
Oui, c'est vrai. Je veux juste expliquer pourquoi il y avait une petite pause. C'est que les setters, ils voulaient faire des petits changements entre des juvéniles A pour les mâles et entre juniors mâles. Donc, ils ont fait un petit changement, puis là, ils vont faire leur preview. Je voulais aussi dire qu'il y a tellement d'athlètes aujourd'hui qu'avoir 4 qui fait le problème au même temps, ça veut dire qu'on ne va pas nécessairement à chaque fois voir tout ce qui se passe, mais on va essayer de vous garder au courant de toutes les choses importantes qui arrivent. It's a lot warmer in the gym tonight.
It absolutely is. We've got some lights on the wall here.
Yeah, it's quite a show now, and we've got, I think, more spectators perhaps than we did earlier.
Yeah, and a lot of people pass through the gym today for semis for sure. So, and it's also a beautiful sunny. Well, it was a beautiful sunny day outside.
This is true. Although you wouldn't know it because we got North Face. I mean, puffies being worn by the athletes, and maybe they're just trying to stay warm. You know.
Yeah.
Some people listen to music in ISO. Some people curl up in a ball and go to sleep. It's very interesting. I mean, obviously not if you're going to climb in 5 minutes, but if you're there for a long time.
Yeah, it's interesting. Everyone takes a different approach, right? I've seen people doing puzzles in the back. I've seen people studying. A lot of these kids are students, obviously.
Yeah.
Most, if not all,
are
students. So a lot of them will be studying in the back. You know, when they're in ISO, trying to cram for whatever homework they've got or exam coming up. So, yeah, a lot of these kids are you know, they take a different approach in ISO. And sometimes it's interesting to see that because, you know, you see an athlete on the wall and maybe they're not the most expressive person, but then maybe you see them in ISO and they're really expressive, right? Everyone kind of has their comp switch that they make. Okay, so that completes our preview. All athletes are going to head back into ISO, and we're going to be moving into our first set of athletes on this final round.
Yeah, this is exciting. And, you know, we should remind everyone that this is a youth event. And while certainly there are folks with eyes on the World Championships, others are just here to see how well they can do against the rest of Canada, have fun, get experience.
Yeah, I think experience is definitely a big part of this for, you know, for the athletes who are relatively new to competitive climbing.
Although now that we just say that, I look at these names and I've been seeing them
for sure
listed on the results page for years. Actually, I think they're starting younger and younger. As you were saying earlier today, Casey, there's so many youth programs that have been established at various gyms across the country. We have such a great, you know, governing body that's trying to get everybody more consistent in the way that they're approaching competition climbing.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of these coaches we've seen here today have been very successful athletes themselves, so they're passing along a lot of knowledge to these new athletes, and I think these young athletes are definitely benefiting from that structure and the, you know, that quality coaching that they're getting at the programming across the country, and I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, Casey and I were reminiscing a little bit about our experience way back when, and you know, a little envious maybe of some of the programs that the youth get to benefit from that weren't really put in place when we were around.
Definitely, yeah. Gonna ramp up the music here and help the athletes get excited for these final boulders they get to face here for this event.
So on deck for junior females is Jessica Lee. She's an athlete from Alberta. For junior male, we have Owen Gambling from Ontario. Youth A female is Tiana Tai from Alberta. And Youth A male, Benjamin Liss from Quebec. I don't see a clock starting. We're not on a countdown just yet. We're giving a preview of the boulders. Let's take a look. This problem would be, well, it's a couple of different boulders because they're in both the female junior and the Youth A female boulder round. There they go. We're going to start here with the junior male 1 and Youth A male 3. We're going to give you some rundown as we watch the climbers on it. We had a nice chat with the setters.
We did,
before we got set up today, so we'll have some insight into what they had in mind, although Fred and the other setters always say that they like to set boulders that have a variety of solutions, a variety of ways to climb.
Yeah, the team said that they're comfortable with people taking different approaches. They don't want to necessarily force people into a specific move. You know, when the team was explaining the boulders, they said, well, if you do it this way, maybe it's a little bit riskier, but maybe it's easier that way. If you do it this way, it's a little more physical, but maybe there's less risk involved. So they recognized that each athlete might take a different approach, and the setting team was very cool with that.
Yeah, and I also like the way that they talked about how they like to create, sometimes they're just trying to create a certain feeling on the wall and, you know, put people into awkward positions and see how they can get out of them.
Got Owen Gambling on screen here.
That's red tank top, bib 248, that's Owen. Crowd is amped, Casey.
Oh yeah. You're starting to hear the cheers.
Oh yes.
I think everyone's excited to see some climbing. The athlete's going to give things a quick brush here.
All right,
And
Benjamin.
It's interesting because, you know, no one's touched these boulders yet aside from the setters. So, you know, the athletes pulling out the brush, we talked about how it could be a little bit of a ritual thing for them. It just kind of gives them a little bit of comfort. And
All right, here goes Jessica Lee. All right, so you'll notice right away that Jessica Lee on the junior females has, well, now we've switched to Tiana Tai. That's okay. In the background, you'll see Owen Gambling. And Tiana Tai is gonna try to work her way around these crazy, giant, triangular volumes.
yeah. So the team told us here that getting around this volume could present a challenge.
Benjamin Liss, il fait du bon travail sur son premier bloc. Très tranquille, tranquille. Oh, he's being very delicate.
Wow,
Nice.
amazing. So I had a chance to catch up with Benjamin in ISO actually, and he told me this is his first bouldering final. He's been in a top rope final before. Oh, and another
Nice.
great top.
Tiana putting that one away. She
Yeah.
also looked very comfortable on those moves.
Quick sends here on some
Yep.
early boulders.
Yep.
Jessica
Some-
Lee taking another look here, her boulder. And Owen Gambling getting started.
That hold is definitely not a jug.
No, no it's not.
Well, that's exciting for Benjamin.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. He seemed pretty excited, maybe a little bit, you know, nervous with your first bouldering final at Nationals is a big deal. So
C'est sûr, de faire son premier final, c'est excellent pour Benjamin, mais regarde, il a fait son premier bloc assez facilement, ça va y faire du bien mentalement. So this one is definitely a little bit more tricky. He's got a blocker hold on top of that, even just the start hold. So getting established here is a little tricky. It's not blocking the hold completely. It just means you have to be very precise to get there.
you do, yeah, definitely.
It can throw you off.
Yeah, it absolutely can. You know, I mean, we talked about blocker holds earlier, and I think this blocker is definitely blocking that hold. You know, we were introducing blocker holds in some of the, you know, the Youth B boulders where these athletes have maybe not seen them before, but these athletes, you know, these older athletes are going to be more familiar with that, and so you can see the setters have kind of upped the challenge with that a little bit.
Jessica's faced with this really, you know, sideways foot combination.
Yeah, you've got to have some really snappy legs to get this done. So she's going to swing that left leg, and it'll plant on that second start boulder, but you'll see she does a really quick foot match and stabs the left foot out to the left one. There you go.
She definitely has the right idea.
Yeah.
That little foot swing, you know, it has various names. We call it a pogo, we call it a moon kick. But the idea is you want to use your leg to generate momentum, and as you swing it, you're creating momentum.
So that's the end of the 4 minutes for these athletes. They're going to head back into a secondary ISO where they cannot have contact with the athletes who are in ISO right now. And our next round of athletes will come out.
Right, and let's see if those other 2 boulders will get dispatched quickly, or whether that was just those 6th place finalists having a great day. Yeah.
Great start. You got TJ Foley here.
Yeah, he climbed so impressively. I found in semifinals, I mean, they all did.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Lucas Edmonds, Tegan Chow, and Riley Galloway.
Riley Galloway, Tegan Chow, no stranger to finals.
Riley's going to be facing that little complex coordination boulder.
Yeah, I wonder how she feels about these.
I think she's a fan.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I think she's a fan. I think she's good at them. When I think of Riley, I think of her as a bit of an all-around athlete. Like this girl can do do speed, lead, boulder, and
yeah. Nice.
TJ making great work here.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes. Here we have a very physical press, a delicate press that you don't want to lose your balance and peel off the wall backwards.
Looks like he's
very nice.
Looking comfortable there. The judges want to see control, and they've got it.
He sure does. Riley stuck that combination move, and here we have Tiana making good work on this problem. There she is on the left, Riley Galloway. She went up into that zone. Various ways to move through these sloping sideways holds. Very nice work, Riley.
Heel hook, hopefully
very nice.
A good match. She looks back at the judges to check in. She liked that.
You must have control with both hands on that top final hold of the block. And so these athletes will look back and they will check in with their judge to make sure they're getting credit for it.
Yeah, they want to see that clipboard raised in the air.
This is Lucas Edmonds from BC.
This is a pretty cool looking slab. Not a lot of holds on this thing.
Casey loves slab. So cool looking slab. I feel is not a unusual phrase for her, but it is cool.
Yeah,
indeed, it does look very cool. It's definitely a different skill set to acquire, and I think when climbers, especially young people, first start climbing, they you start thinking about climbing as pulling down, pushing up, steep, vertical, and then when we start asking athletes and climbers to stand on nothing, to lean into the wall, to get techie and balancy, it can throw them for a loop at first.
Yeah. So for this start move, we want to see him pull his feet away from the wall so that when he does stand up, he's able to kind of lean his body weight into the wall. It's going to help him stay on there so that he doesn't come falling backwards again. So
it's a little counterintuitive. Sometimes you think you want to keep your feet close to the wall.
Ooh, almost had it there. That looked good.
Yeah, I did.
I think, and this is the thing we talked about attempts earlier and how important it is. If this ends up being a particularly hard round, every single attempt to zone is going to matter. Every attempt to top is going to matter. And I mean, they always do, right? So you really want to make sure that when you get on, you're ready to try hard, you're ready to try well, and if you don't make it to the top, you need to glean as much information as you can from that attempt so that your next attempt is higher quality.
That's right. He's got 30 seconds. He can do it. He just needs to slow down, and that is hard when the time is ticking.
For sure. And this kind of move is challenging because if you pull too much, you're going to bounce yourself off the wall. If you don't pull enough, you won't get into that stood up position. And you can see he's just finding it a little bit there. So.
He's definitely figuring it out. It just might not be enough time.
Yeah.
That was a great effort.
Really good.
Yeah, it's counterintuitive to put your feet away from the wall, but you want to create space, as you were saying in semis, between your body and the wall, because then you are like leaning against it rather than, you know,
Yeah, exactly. The
getting pushed back.
Brusher's given this a good brush, which is much appreciated by the athletes.
The athletes are allowed to brush the holds themselves if they so desire. Some athletes really like to do that, whether it's just because it's a ritual or for a psychological like feeling that things are super clean. But the volunteers are really pretty good at keeping the holds clean.
Yeah.
So that means on deck we have Adam Edwards for Youth A male. We have Molly Dreyer for Youth A female from Ontario, Lily Trottier from Alberta, junior female, and Matthew Rodriguez from Ontario for the junior male category. And now we're looking at Lily here.
Ooh, really good first go on that move.
Excellent, and now we're watching a nice quick send here from Adam Edwards. He got into that really well. Just really feeling the balance out.
So that first zone hold is pretty good. The second one he's coming into with the left hand, not so good.
And that is the danger, of course. Remember we were talking about pace earlier, and I think when you see that zone, that top hold in sight, you can get a little excited. And especially on a delicate problem like this problem number 1, you need to make sure you stay measured the whole way.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Great top.
Molly Dreyer.
Checking to make sure with the judges that they've got that top on her card there.
So all 3 women have sent this so far. And there we go. There we go. Lily Trottier sticking that combo move. A little run across. And she wants to go up to that zone. Now she doesn't have to, does she?
No, yeah, we talked about this with the setting team as well, and they said there's different options here. Athletes could go directly to the zone, which, you know, is going to be good for the scorecard, right? You want to secure that zone early if possible. But for some athletes, they may prefer to go to the left blue hold first.
All right, let's see if he makes an adjustment here. It looks like he is. Oh, he really doesn't like that small hold.
Yeah, so that time he switched hands.
Yeah.
And he was trying to come into that, zone hold with the left instead. And there's Matthew getting his top.
So interesting. In a way, you kind of thought it might have been over after that first press, but it's clearly not.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it seems like there's a bit of work to do there still to get the top.
The foothold is not amazing.
No,
that they're standing on.
It's a nub.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling insecure in your feet, then it's going to feel even worse on the hands.
Yeah. Lily,
Yeah, trying to sort it out in there. Sometimes it's nice to have options. Sometimes it's actually a little disruptive on your mind, I find, as a competitor, because then you question yourself, perhaps, you know?
So that was interesting. The first time we've actually seen Lucas here on the first bit of this boulder, he's actually chosen to go dynamically, Adam Edwards, on the first bit of this boulder, he chose to go dynamically, and he up to that first big blue hold, and he stabbed his right foot immediately to the right volume that you see, the kind of, I don't know, what is that, a parallelogram?
It's a quadrilateral pyramid.
Okay, there we go, hey.
Something like that.
But that's interesting, right? He didn't try to do the stand-up at the start. Here's Lily again.
Yeah, she's a little stretched out. She probably needs to work those feet up a little bit. I like this.
Oh, yeah.
I like that action. So he's got the good hold first, which is the zone hold. It's slightly more in cut than the one underneath. But he wants it with his left hand. There we go. Yes.
And he's got it.
Very nice adjustments.
There we go. There we go.
Good job.
Secures
Nice.
the top. And that foothold, as you said, Bonnie, it's duotex.
Yeah.
You have to be very precise about placing your foot on there.
Yeah, duotex for everyone at home means that there is part of the hold that has no texture on it and part of it that has texture. And so even though you see a yellow round hold, not all of it is usable. Only a small little portion of it is usable. And so that makes it even harder. And so even that little leg cross through, the inside flag that we call it, that he did there to match the top hold was probably very tenuous.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it looked a little tenuous.
yeah. He's moving carefully there.
But that's great. He worked hard, he held it together, and that was very impressive. This is Dylan Lee, ici. Un jeune homme de 17 ans qui a eu sa fête hier.
So he had his birthday on the 17th, and he turned 17 years old.
Ooh, that means it's his champagne birthday.
Yeah. No champagne for Dylan.
But no champagne, of course not. Nice, very nice work there, Amelia. Again, struggling a little bit through that zone section. We're in Quebec, though. He probably did have champagne.
So Dylan actually just came back from Seoul for his, I believe his first IFSC World Cup in speed. He came 21st.
That's great showing.
Yeah.
And he just topped this like it was yesterday's nobody's business.
I have. So Dylan has done Youth World events.
Championships before.
But the Seoul World Cup would have been his first on the open team.
Awesome. And he's going to Salt Lake City next week also to
yes.
compete in the speed event in Salt Lake. Yeah. So that's exciting for Dylan.
Absolutely.
Super excitant. Dylan, il va être à Salt Lake City la semaine prochaine aux Coupes mondiales en vitesse. This is Hannah Musgrave getting started, getting into that big, this is all about, I don't know, wrestling these pyramid, upside down, sideways, horizontal pyramids.
Yeah, I think it looks challenging coming across this big volume and getting into the right side of this boulder.
It's a very different skill set to have to learn how to climb around these protruding triangles. Very different than looking at a wall with a bunch of holds on it, because that is just straightforward. You know where you have to go. You just have to be strong enough to hold on to them. But here, what Hannah's trying to do here is like, it's a lot of contortioning her body.
Yeah. Some low back flexibility needed here, so you can keep your feet in position as you kind of move your upper body around that volume.
Yeah, you have to be, it's a lot of opposition. You need to be pushing in opposite directions in order to stay on the wall.
Yeah, it's interesting because this wall she's on is actually, it actually is an overhanging wall, but by adding these large volumes, the setters have almost turned this into a bit of a slab climb, haven't they?
Yeah, kind of. It's a weird overhanging, yet, but not.
Yeah. Looking to.
Okay, just wanting to
match
make
the top.
sure. You would hate to have a last-minute slip on the final hold there. So that was really.
She seems happy about that.
Yeah,
That's great.
Well, smart little chalk up she did there. I thought that was like pretty wise, actually. Yeah, she's got a big smile on her face.
Good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you like to see the athletes having fun and enjoying the boulders. Everyone kind of wishes for something different. They all like different styles. I talked to a few athletes backstage. I heard some people really wanted to see some hard slab.
Oh, really?
I heard a lot of people saying they wanted to see some big dynos.
Nice.
So
Funny.
that was a theme for sure.
Hugo Dorval ici de Délire. Il est qualifié en 4e. Il est grimpé super bien. Come on. Ah oui.
Needs to take his time here.
This is great. Look at that. Keeping himself in with that heel around there.
Really good.
And that was a flash, Casey.
I think he actually had tried it. That was, I think, his second go, actually.
Oh,
on that
really?
one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was my first
No,
real
it's
look
okay.
at him, I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he came off around the end bit there on his first go, but
That's the end of the 4 minutes. So actually, maybe there were more attempts, or did he just do 2?
Possibly.
And he just sat it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes we don't see all the things all the time with 4 different boulders happening.
Third go, it looks like.
Okay, excellent. Well, he'll be happy either way. Tops are so important now. as usual.
So who do we have here, Bonnie?
This is Michaela Kochi from BC.
We've got Ian Tan from Ontario.
Yeah.
Had a great round in semis.
Yeah, he sure did. It was very fun to watch.
He's got his chalk bag on. He's expecting some bad holds up there, I think.
He's doing the same beta.
Yeah, that jump.
The little jump with the stab of the right foot. Yeah. You know, the stab of the right foot is just like, you know, if you take your body with so much momentum to the right, you need to stop yourself from going, and you put out your foot and you stop yourself. So we just call this like a stabbing your foot out. Nice work, Alexa. This is Alexa Vanier.
Amazing. Great top there.
Girls are not having a lot of problems on that first boulder.
No, yeah, they look pretty comfortable on it.
And neither is Ian having trouble on his first boulder.
Great.
That was excellent.
So second go there for Ian, I think, on that.
Excellent work.
I believe.
Yep, I think so. And Michaela's gonna keep going, trying to sort out that coordination move out left. We're looking at Ethan Hoffman here too. Haven't got a lot of action on his attempts so far. The interesting thing about doing combination moves, which, you know, where you have to, you know, try to move quickly through holds and then stalling on one further down, is that you need to find the sweet spot between going too fast and going too slow.
Yep.
And there is a perfect kind of balance, which she just figured out, by the way. She stuck it. Ethan's figuring his way. He looks very comfortable.
Yep. Getting his feet in position here.
And I think, yes, I was just going to say.
We like the heel hook.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, they know that they need to keep themselves from slipping off that giant hold. It's not very, doesn't have a lot of,
it's not bad. It's a little low
it's just a little slopey. Yeah, that's it.
It's a bit slopey. It's got some good texture. It's just kind of like grip tape on a skateboard. But the heel allows you to kind of squeeze the heel and then your right foot together, so you kind of get that security.
Yeah, I mean, they could probably do it without, but you don't want to take that risk.
Yeah, there's Michaela.
Oh.
Maybe just rushed it a little bit there.
Yeah, that was actually looking very good. I think she just maybe did a hop to readjust and lost her footing. One more minute. That whistle is the sign to the athletes that they have 1 minute left in their round.
Michaela came 5th at Youth A Nationals in 2020.
Nice.
So she'll be looking to probably best that performance here.
Well, qualifying second is certainly a step in the right direction.
That's right.
She's got enough time to finish this, Casey. I really would love to see her work it out. Oh, she seems a little bit discouraged with those shoulders kind of drooping.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you think, you know, I've got it, I'm ready to do this, and then your attempt doesn't go in as expected, right? So you got to try and shake it off as an athlete and put everything you got in the next attempt. I think we'll see her.
Come on, we got to see this.
Oh, good save.
But we're running out of time, Casey. It's 3, 2, 1.
That'll be time.
That'll be time. But she will get the zone.
She will. She'll
which
take
is
the zone
good.
on that.
And not everybody has done this.
Right, yep.
So
Yep.
it's not knocking her out of contention for anything.
Yeah, and we've said this before, but you never know how the scores are going to shake out. So you really have to try to stay positive regardless of your performance. Like, you know, for all we know, that zone is going to matter for the podium.
Totally.
So, like, you need to try to keep a positive attitude, even if you've maybe not done what you expected to do on a boulder.
Yep, that's all part of the competition headspace that these athletes are developing.
Yeah.
And many of them are really good at it.
So we've got Sydney here.
This is our first place semi-finalist.
And Sydney told me in ISO that she is hoping for hard boulders today.
Oh, yeah.
And knowing her and having seen her climb a lot in the gym, I am not surprised to hear her say that at all.
Yeah, hard boulders, I think, are fun because trying hard is fun. Like, that's why we're rock climbers.
Yeah. Yeah, Sydney told me she's been working with a new coach. She's changed gyms. She's got, you know, a new team around her. She feels like she's got teammates who are really supportive of her, and she's excited about that. So
Nice. Super Benjamin Chapman de Québec. Oh, il a failli perdu la fin. He almost lost it there, but he recouped and kept it together and got that final match.
little known fact, well, maybe it's a known fact, but Benjamin works at a pizza shop.
Nice.
It's interesting. You find out a lot about these kids. You talk to them in ISO, and they are balancing a lot of things. Like they're at the top of their game when it comes to, or they're heading to the top of their game when it comes to climbing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got a lot of training they do. They're in the gym a lot, but they've got school. They've
Yeah.
got jobs.
Yeah.
You know, they got their
Life.
little or big brothers pestering them and homework and whatever else. So.
All right, Sydney. Let's see this. I do
Looks
think
like
that,
she's going to the blue hole.
yeah, I think it might be a little closer. And I don't know how tall she is, but
Yeah, she is a smaller athlete.
yeah, she looks a little stretched out to go to the zone hold right away. And the foot, I don't think is amazing either, if I recall.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's another duotex
Yeah.
hold, meaning it's got that shiny bit on the outside there and just a little texture for your foot to plant on the
Yep.
on the close side of it.
That makes it really hard to trust. And in a situation like this, you really need to trust your feet. You need to put all the weight possible on that foot. Otherwise, you're not going to get the height and the distance that you need. And so, I mean, that's why the route setters put that hold there, because they want to challenge you. And quite frankly, that's one of the most, recurring things that happens outside is when you get to a situation where the feet are bad.
Yes.
And so it's actually really good training for outdoors too, to climb on these like duotex holds.
Yeah, for sure.
Glassy limestone,
Yes, we know all about that. in
greased
Ontario.
up granite up in Squamish too.
There we go.
Come on.
Remember too, these athletes are climbing when they're in ISO. They're trying to warm up, and they're trying to do a bunch of different types of boulders in ISO so that they're more prepared for whatever they might face when they come out.
Nice. Sorry, Casey, but she
Yeah.
clearly adjusted
got
her destination height. Like she was higher on that hold.
Yeah.
But she
Not got the zone
no,
yet
she
here.
will not get control of that. That will not count as control of the zone.
Yeah, she was on the blue hold there.
Yeah. Being in qualifying first, as we were talking about in semifinals, can add a little bit of extra pressure because you feel like you have to maintain your spot. Oh, there
we
she's
go.
done it.
Oh, now I don't know. That's interesting. Will they count that zone?
I don't know. Maybe actually. She looked like she had it for a second, but she didn't actually move off of it. So I guess it's a little. These judges are trained. They've been
Yes.
instructed on what counts and what doesn't count.
Yes.
If there's a little bit something questionable, the athlete does have the right to appeal the decision of the judges. I don't think they're going to give it to her.
They have not awarded it to her
Right.
yet on our live results here, so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see if that changes. So if you're trying to follow along with results, you can visit the Climbing
Canada.
Yes, Climb Canada website, and you'll find the link to live results there, so you can actually follow along with each category.
The setters are trying to challenge these athletes in different ways on each boulder. So you're going to see the angles are changing, the types of holds are changing, and the pace of the boulders are changing. Some of them are, dynamic, moving, fast moving. Some of them are slow and technical. And this is because we're trying to, celebrate and award the most well-rounded rock climber here
Yeah.
today. And it
Yeah.
is about today. It's about how well you perform today.
That's right. Yep.
There we go. We got our standing so far. After problem number 1, Benjamin Chapman in
A quick top
first.
of problem 1.
That's right. Ian Tan, Dylan Lee, and Benjamin Liss, followed by Adam Edwards and Lucas Edmonds there. So you'll see that they count the number of tops you complete first, and then if there are ties, they look at how many zones you complete, and if there are still ties, they look at the attempts, the number of tries you took to get that top, and then lastly, the number of tries you take to get to zone. So the first boulder didn't separate those top 4 as yet.
Yeah, but this
3 boulders to come.
But you're seeing different rankings because it will go to account back to the semifinal round if there are ties in finals. So important to have those high quality attempts, and
Yeah.
every single attempt to zone and top matters here for sure when the field is so tight.
Yeah, the setters don't want a ranking to go to countbacks, that's for sure. But it happens.
But
Wow, nice.
a really interesting start over here for Owen Gambling.
And Benjamin Liss, you see, very powerful moves here. Lots of squeezing between 2 holds. Oh, okay. Now that hold is very glassy that she's finishing. There is no texture there, so she has to have the balance.
And
She
that
needs
left
to
foot,
push.
that left foot is pretty small too.
There she has it,
And
Jessica Lee.
And you see just her fingertips on there, Bonnie.
And that's enough. That is enough. She needs to be in control on the last hold. She does not have to have her whole hand on it.
Yep.
But you see she almost lost it. And that's because that textured part is only around the outside and the really shiny part has no texture, but that's the part that you need
have
to push
hold.
into.
And
Yeah.
as you start sweating up there,
Oh yeah. But
it gets harder.
she caught herself. I was impressed with that. It was great.
Owen giving us a look at this boulder here.
Oh boy, when your feet cut off like that, it takes some energy out of you, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, these guys are super strong, so they can afford it. But you gotta manage it.
Oh.
All right, Tiana. Tiana wrestling these, oh, she looks so tiny next to these giant half moons.
Ooh. And there is a hold under there, so we can't quite see it on camera right now. We may get a look at it at some point, but the zone hold on this boulder is actually a hold underneath that big gray volume, and the zone is on that hold. So she cannot just touch the volume and get zone. She has to use that yellow hold.
Yeah, they don't want people sort of just reaching up and touching it. It's a pretty decent hold. It's not amazing, but it's decent.
Mm-hmm. Benjamin with his foot on this little jib on the left.
He's really holding that yellow hold the best way you can, really. It's, I mean, you can take it on the left-hand side with 2 hands, but him taking that top edge and sort of cupping his right hand over it gets a little better grip, actually.
Yeah. So we got a little peek. You can just see the
The little yellow
hold up there. Yeah, and that's our zone hold. There we go.
Nice.
Oh,
Don't think that will count.
Nope.
Was not quite in control.
oh,
Oh, look
Owen
at the
making his way out of
shoulder
here.
strength.
with no feet.
Yeah, he's going to want to get those feet back on as soon as possible.
Take some weight off the upper body.
I mean, he's got upper body strength to spare, but you know, you also need to climb the rest of the boulder. So
You do,
it's
you do.
definitely cool to come off in a moment, but then you want to get back on and get back into it.
So his zone hold all the way to the right-hand side of this boulder
Yeah, that's
here.
quite a lot of climbing. He just wants to get that before the time is up.
Oh, and he's opting to try and skip the zone hold.
Yeah, well, he was also running out of time,
Yeah.
so maybe
Chasing that top down.
he was chasing the top. But I mean, yeah, either way, I think he clearly didn't have quite enough time to get zone or top. But It will
That's
be interesting if somebody.
It will be. We just had a World Cup actually where athletes were skipping the zone hold on one of the men's boulders and one of the women's boulders.
Yeah.
So it's interesting if some of these athletes have maybe been watching that and thinking, oh, okay, that's an interesting idea.
You know, it's scary to do because you think this can't possibly work. Like, I clearly need to go to this hold, right? And like, you're worried you're gonna maybe like, you know, trip yourself up by completely undoing the sequence. But I remember that World Cup. It was clear it was easier that way.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have confidence.
You do.
To stroll on by the zone and be like, cool, I don't need you, zone hold.
I'm just going to make it to the top because you don't get credit for the zone if you don't touch it, but
That's
you
right.
do get credit for the zone if you get to the top.
That's right, but you got to get to the top.
You do. Some of those athletes, I mean, we should mention, touched the zone hold first on their first attempt, and then it didn't work out for them. And then after that, they were like, well, I don't need this anymore.
Right to the top.
All right, this is looking great, Lucas. Yes, excellent. Looking very strong. Look at his hand open, pinching.
Oh, yeah.
Got that zone.
And now he's got to press his way through.
He's got to
here.
move his whole body around the
There we go.
other
He's making
way.
Great progress. That was really good. That looks really difficult.
This is amazing. Look at Tegan go. She's way up there. She's got their double heel hook. That's exactly what they were hoping to see. And she's got that hold. Nice.
Great top. She's happy about that.
Tegan Chow. Excellent work from the BC climber. She really looked comfortable on those giant holds.
She sure did.
They're intimidating.
She sure did.
But I think as an athlete, it's important to remember the route setters want you to climb it. Like, they have set this in mind to be climbed.
Yeah. You know, I was wondering as she was up there, is she a lead climber?
Oh.
And I'm looking at our notes here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I see Tegan Chow was 6th in Youth B at the 2019 Lead Nationals.
I see.
Actually, she also was 3rd at Senior Speed Nationals. Like, this is a well-rounded climber. And I think she's taking, oh, here we go. TJ Foley.
Yes, TJ Foley, really powerful, just keeping it together. Endless gas in the tank from TJ.
Heading up to that final hold.
He's got to finish this off now. Oh, very nice. He didn't
tucking his hips underneath and that's a sloper. That is a sloper of all slopers, that second last hold.
Wow, that was impressive. You know, that zone is going to do well for him, you know. Like, I know obviously he wants the top, and the top is what you want. It's the best, but the zone in this on this particular boulder is harder than some of the others.
Yeah, and TJ's sitting in first place right now. So that's definitely helping him.
Yeah, that's helping him. And he only took 2 attempts to get to zone, so that'll help him too.
Yep.
Okay, now he's got to get both feet and both hands established before he moves on. The judges are going to keep an eye on that, make sure those feet weren't swinging around.
Lucas getting back into that zone position. TJ getting started over there again.
Man, I think unwinding from that press is really challenging.
Yeah, definitely pretty awkward, I think. TJ, seeing if he can get back up to
amazing
top of this boulder. Oh,
powered down a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I mean, understandably so.
That
is a big roof.
Yeah, it is steep. That's another thing. It's for the viewers at home. It's hard to tell from the video, from the cameras, just how steep that boulder is that these guys are climbing on. Which basically means you're like hanging off your arms in basically a roof.
Yeah. Yeah, your legs aren't helping you as much as you might hope they would be in there.
Would have been nice if you could have rested a little longer, but
yeah,
you know,
4 minutes.
time is ticking. So
yeah, I mean, you know, the shift from 5 minutes for a boulder problem in semis to 4 minutes in finals definitely is a challenge. You know, you don't
20% shorter.
Yeah, you don't maybe get that additional attempt. Ooh, knocked my mic there. You don't maybe get that additional attempt that you would have got in a 5-minute round. So you really have to kind of work quickly.
Yeah. So this is Matthew Rodriguez. Was Matthew Rodriguez. Now it's Adam Edwards from Alberta.
And Molly over on the
And Molly on the right.
Molly
Okay.
looking comfortable up there too.
Yeah, it sure is. As you were saying, Casey, in the semifinal round, like these, while they were sort of new to us at some point, these athletes are familiar with climbing on big volumes like this. Amazing.
Nice.
Molly Dreyer from Ontario.
And she's got a bit of senior bouldering experience. She came 20th at Senior Bouldering Nationals. So
Okay. I could see her
got some
working her way
experience.
up for the Open.
For sure.
So Adam Edwards, this problem looks tricky. Powerful, awkward a little. And he's taking a good look. He wants to make sure that
Here we go. Getting started once again.
I'm a little confused as to why he's climbing.
Adam Edwards still climbing.
Okay.
And we've got Matthew Rodriguez is down at the end here. We can't quite see him right now, but he's getting started in that big roof.
So I'm just confused because the clock isn't working, that's all. But it doesn't matter. Action is happening.
Yeah. Matthew's at the end of the wall. Here we go. Making his way into the head wall of this boulder here. He's gone out and touched zone.
Skipping
but he's
the
now
zone.
coming back. Well, he did touch it.
Yeah, yeah.
So he does get zone.
But doing the move without it.
Yeah, for sure.
And now maybe, I wonder if he'll try again and now just try
Totally
to bypass it
skip zone.
completely.
Yeah, I wonder.
Casey will feel very vindicated if that's true because she raised this in our preview and the setters were a little dismissive of it. So it'll be, I think, rewarding if someone does it.
Well, we'll see. I mean, they've all touched it, so no one's really bypassing it entirely. I think it'd be pretty bold.
It would be impressive is what it will be because,
would be.
you know, it's going to be a ridiculous shoulder move
yeah.
if you do that. Like you're going from way below and you've got to get way above. Like
Yeah, Matthew's a tall guy, so it might be a little awkward getting in that first part of the this
didn't make it
climb.
look awkward.
No, he didn't.
Okay, Adam Edwards is not figuring this out.
Maybe done with that boulder.
And he is
Here
trying
we
to
go.
bypass it. He really wants to do it. I want to see it done. Yes.
Here we go.
Come on, this is amazing.
There we go.
There we go.
He did use it to get set up, you know, so
Yeah.
he's definitely still used zone. I'd say he still needed zone there for sure, like to get to the top.
Sure.
But yeah, not for that final move. I don't know if that's what maybe that is what the setting team intended there.
Well, I think they said there were multiple ways, actually. I
Yeah.
remember them saying that you can go, you know, right hand, left hand.
Getting some good
Oh, yeah, deep
breathing
breaths.
exercises. I like that.
Yeah,
That's a mental performance stuff right there.
Yeah.
I like that.
yeah.
Smiling.
Maybe she's listening to Hazel Finley or something.
I'm digging it. I like this.
And we've got
Dylan.
Dylan and Hugo, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was Hannah, and we have Amelia. We're going to see Hannah on that giant half-moon inclined feature climb. This is Dylan here. Looking more comfortable than some of the previous athletes, I would say.
He's got a
But he is definitely in the crux.
yeah.
Look at Hugo crush this boulder.
Oh yeah.
Casey,
Big
this is...
heel hook to the right. Oh, shifting his feet around.
Yeah, well, this is it, right? Nice. using
He's
those feet.
He's a tall guy, so.
But he's got to let it out.
Oh, he's coming off that.
That's the danger with putting your foot around there, actually. Like, it feels really nice to have your feet out right, your foot out right and your foot out left.
Yes,
but then
yes.
if you can't reach it, then you're going to have some momentum as you
Right.
swing off.
Yeah.
And I don't think that hold is really good or good enough, I think.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It's pretty slopey.
I mean, maybe now if he anticipates that, he can try to really tighten up his core. But he is a very strong climber, Hugo, so, I mean, he'll definitely have enough time to give it a solid go again.
For sure.
I'm projecting a little bit because if I had put that much power down on one boulder, there's no way I would try again. I would be like done. These guys have like energy for days. It's amazing. Dylan, looking at the clock, how much time should I rest? When should I go back on?
We had Amelia here making her way to that very shiny finish hold on this, or top hold on this boulder.
Yeah, now that we saw Jessica doing it, yeah, you know, you realize how tricky it was.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can't always assume that the first finalist out is going to have the hardest time.
Yeah, no.
It happens all the time, actually, that things get switched around in finals. If you're just tuning in, everybody, we are in the middle of an exciting final round at Youth Boulder Nationals at the Crux Climbing Gym in Laval. We have Youth A, men and women, junior men and women on the wall. Simultaneously, we're running through an IFSC World Cup boulder format, which means each boulder gets climbed by all the athletes one at a time in a row, and then we move on to the second boulder. Dylan est ici, est en train de faire son deuxième bloc. Puis à date, il n'y a personne qui l'a fait. Hugo, il retourne en haut de son problème. Puis il faut vraiment qu'il se tient vraiment serré pour finir le problème.
Oh, maybe just not enough in the tank there for that last go.
So they are human.
They are.
They can fatigue. And I think that's going to be it also for Amelia. She's going to have to retire from that problem.
Yep.
J'espère que tout le monde
Alexa
s'amuse.
Beignet. Any in 10? Getting a shot at these boulders here. This Youth A female
They're
boulder
calling
just
him
looks
off, I think. Who are they calling?
They are Ian 10.
Yeah, I don't think he started correctly.
Okay. Yeah, you really got to make sure you get those feet.
I think it's tricky because he's kind of like shorter, and so, you know, if you jump up to grab that first hold.
They've actually both been called off, it looks like.
Oh.
I think we had a timing issue.
Oh, so it's not even about a start issue.
No.
Oh, but that's really not
That's unfortunate.
cool.
That's tough for the athletes, right?
Oh,
I mean, and
mentally, physically.
totally. This
you
stuff
know.
happens, right? And it's like a break in your momentum. Like, you know, Ian was making good progress on that boulder. You know, Alexa was doing the same, and now they've kind of got to reset, get started again.
Yeah, I mean, just got to shake it off, right?
Yeah, this stuff happens at all kinds of events, IFSC events included. You know, sometimes technical issues happen, and you kind of got to just roll with the punches and.
Yeah. I mean, remember
at it.
Colin Duffy?
Yeah,
that little
absolutely.
disaster?
Yes. But I was saying, what an impressive looking boulder this Youth A female
Block
boulder
number 2?
is. Oh, yeah.
I know.
Looks awesome.
It's just attractive. It's just aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
And then that it's so climbable is amazing.
Yeah. This this is the merging of art and setting here.
That's for sure.
Great big look back at the judges.
Ethan Hoffman just did a little pirouette off the wall.
Ooh.
Right on. He did a similar thing that we saw with Hugo. Just both wanting that last hold to be a little better. Yeah, this is Michaela. Just cruise that.
Yeah, no problem. She's like, you got a shiny hold up there? No big deal.
This must, I think this is her style a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
From just observing, I don't know her that well, but I observed her in a bit in qualifiers, and I observed her in semis.
Okay.
So it's just a feeling I get from watching her climb.
Ian getting at this. Block 2 again.
And now Ethan's gonna, wow, he did not rest very long.
No.
Maybe he's just not feeling super tired. And let's keep an eye out for the adjustment he's gonna make, because Ethan is a seasoned competitor. He's gonna know that he has to change something. He cannot just repeat what he did there, because it wasn't quite right.
Little toe hook to switch his feet out here, and he looks real comfortable on that
Yes,
sloper.
there you go. You see, he went way slower. He was sure to keep his feet on. He did not jump. The last time he just went a little bit too dynamically. He thought that hold was going to be a little better. A little bit of a dynamic little glory hold, as you will,
But
as you were saying.
that's experience, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's experience. You're talking about an athlete who's been through around like this enough times to know that, I've got to make an adjustment here.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, Ethan actually won the Open Boulder Nationals.
Yeah.
That took place in the fall.
Yes.
So he is at the top of his game.
Yeah, for sure. Ian just trying to work this out. I think we're going to see a lot more from Ian Tan in the future here. I mean, I've seen him in the gym training. I've seen him, crushing boulders over and over again. I think he's shown a trajectory of improvement over his time in competition climbing, and I don't think he's stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, that's really cool. Do you know what gym he climbs out of?
I don't know what gym he officially climbs out of.
Okay.
I mean, he visits my gym,
Yeah.
the gym I climb at from time to time for some additional training. But,
Yeah.
I'm always impressed because he's not a huge guy. He's a smaller athlete, but he makes up for that in spades with his power and
Yeah.
strength. Like
Yeah, he looks burly.
yeah,
Yeah, he looks strong, for sure.
yeah.
That's it. That's it. Come on.
Looking good there. Oh.
Man, this is a tricky little transition.
It sure is, yeah.
Whew. So I think,
He might be a little frustrated with
Yeah.
that, but, you
I mean-
gotta let it go and move on.
he should also know that nobody's done it yet, because even though they are in isolation, I mean, although this format makes it tricky, because normally the crowd can sometimes tell you that things are being topped, but now there are
There's so
4
many.
problems, so you don't actually know if it's yours being topped or not.
Ian doesn't know he's in first place right now.
Well, there you go. And now we have Jackson Mcdonald here on the junior male Boulder number 2.
And Jackson was telling me that he's actually a self-trained athlete, which is pretty cool. You don't hear a lot about that with athletes these days. So he said, he works. He's a busy guy, and for him, it just made more sense for his schedule to be able to train himself, and I think that's pretty cool.
Well, that shows a lot of talent and, willpower, determination. Like, I don't think I was always, that motivated.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he works at his climbing gym.
Right, this is Jacqueline Ho here. Oh, we are seeing Benjamin Chapman off screen here, really getting through that press. And Jackson Mcdonald on the last move, Jacqueline Ho on the last move.
Wow.
Boy, there was lots of simultaneous action. Okay, Jacqueline
getting her top.
got it done. Jackson fell at the last move, and Benjamin Chapman gave a very valiant effort.
Yeah, he got really close. He's on the second last hold there, kind of pressed up in between.
Man, I thought those shoulders might have like exploded out of his body though. There was some serious pressing going on.
Jacqueline and Sydney are they trained together. They had some good banter backstage.
Nice.
Back, back in ISO.
Yeah. Backstage.
Backstage. I mean,
Yeah, kind of. This is the stage. Absolutely. Did Sydney Park just cruise her problem? Is that what happened there?
I did not see. I missed her.
So yeah, we didn't get her on screen, and from where we're sitting, that problem, the problem number 2 for those junior females is kind of hidden from us. So, but she, I have a feeling she probably got her done. Otherwise, she'd still be on the wall.
Yeah, seems like it. We can do a little score check here. Not yet. Don't see anything come up for Sydney yet. Jackson and Benjamin gonna give it their last goes here, I think.
Benjamin, il a eu vraiment un bon effort tantôt. J'aimerais bien voir une top ici, là. Excellent, il fait son press. Il faut vraiment...
Really awkward. We might need to see Ben flip that hand.
Oh, man. Yeah. My hands are sweating, Casey.
Oh, Sam.
Oh. That was an interesting choice. A little bit of a Hail
was.
Mary move, I think.
Yeah. Well, Benjamin did tell me that.
Oh, there Jackson gets her done.
There we go. Now he's got it. Yeah. Great job.
Okay, I was a little premature there, but.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting choice for Ben trying to kind of jump to that last hold. First of all, it's not a very good hold, so.
Yeah, but he thought maybe with some compression he could keep it.
But he did say that he was hoping for a lot of dynamic movement in this competition, so I'm not surprised to see him kind of.
Well, you can't just put dynamic movement where it isn't. I mean, you can, but 30 seconds. Does he have it in the tank, Casey?
Gonna have to move quickly here if he wants to get this done. I think we need to see that elbow come down on this.
Nice effort. Super effort, Benjamin.
He's still smiling.
Yeah, that was good. I think he knows that was closer than maybe we've seen before. The crowd got pretty amped up there.
Yes, they did. Yeah, I think that was the closest yet, for sure.
So we're going to have a wee little break right now because the boulders need to be slightly changed. So the junior men are going to go on the Youth A male boulder problems, and the Youth A male boulders climbers are going to go on the junior male boulder problems. And they just want to tweak them just slightly to make sure that the problems are at the level they need to be for these athletes.
Right. And the girls will switch too, but they're not adjusting those boulders.
That's
Is that right?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see too, actually, because that's interesting to see how the girls in theory can compare themselves to the other categories.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity to see where they're at.
Very interesting. I mean, I would like that.
Yeah, me too. I'm curious.
You want to know where you really sit here, you know? Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're all probably going to be future competitors in Open, right?
For
so
sure.
you kind of want to know where you sit in the whole pack, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, events like this are a great way for an athlete to check in on their training program too. I mean, obviously for a lot of athletes, like this is the big event. This is, this is what their training plan is set up for, and this is where they've expected their peak to happen. But for some of the athletes, they may be looking at doing a bit more events this year, and maybe they're trying to kind of peak at other times as well. Some of these athletes really enjoy outdoor climbing too.
Yeah.
So I think Adam Edwards was one of those athletes who said that he's got 2 seasons.
Nice.
He's got outdoor and indoor season.
That's cool. Yeah.
So he's actually a lead climber. He's into sport climbing outside, and he said that he's just as excited about that as he is as he is these boulder events.
Well, honestly, being a good route climber can really be a benefit, can be an advantage for you in a boulder round. Like, I remember when I was competing in exclusively in boulder competitions, I would always try to put in 1 day a week at least on the rope, because it just helps your endurance. And when you have days like this, long days like this, and sessions where you have to climb, especially in the 5-on-5 off round, you know, just having a little bit more endurance is, you know, it's what you need. Because
Yeah, that localized endurance in the forearms
Yeah.
to help
I mean,
you
there
get through those long boulders.
I'm sure there are lots of other more advanced like techniques that coaches are now asking their athletes to do, but
Yeah.
you know, this is my sort of old school self
Hey,
idea.
if it works. So we have Tiana Tai back out again with us on this dynamic move.
So right now we still, I think, have a 4-way tie in this category. And so we really need to see some separation.
Yeah, I mean, the separation in final or in this round right now for the youth A girls
Yeah.
is coming from countbacks.
Yeah, I
And
know.
the setters are probably feeling a little nervous about that, but you know, we've got 2 more boulders to go. A lot
For
can
sure.
happen.
Yeah. And I mean, one of them is pretty tough, for sure.
Yep.
All right. We just saw Owen Gambling stick that first little dynamic move with the stab out right that we were talking about
Yeah.
before, and he's got his hand on the nice zone crimp.
Yeah, it's a pretty good crimp, and this next one he's going to bring that left hand into is not very good at all.
Really trying to stay tight and tension on those footholds that are not good. Lots of looking at the moment. I see not a lot of climbing and lots of just analyzing, brushing, resting.
Scoping boulders.
But Jessica is back on the wall. I mean, Tiana is back on the wall.
Trying to work out that coordination move with the quick little foot step across the volume here.
Yep. That'll definitely cause, that'll give some separation in attempts.
Definitely, yeah.
Because it's definitely, like, coordination moves are definitely hard to flash.
Yes.
This is Jessica. That's what I was, who I was looking at.
Owen again.
What's he gonna do differently?
Yeah, so on his first attempt, he tried just to go left hand to this next hold and then right hand to the top of the top hold. So we'll see.
Yeah, but I think the underside of this hold is better. But if you lock it off, you can hold it.
Doing the same thing, just a little slower here.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
He seems relieved to get that done.
Yeah. Well, it's so heartbreaking when you fall off the last move, you know, then you got to re-execute all of those moves,
Yeah.
you know? All right, both of these girls trying to sort this out. That's the 1 minute whistle. And this problem for the junior females now, you know, this is not a boulder you can finish quickly, so you cannot wait until the last 20 seconds to do it.
No, you have to get moving for sure.
But for Tiana, she's just trying to get zone at this point.
Ooh, no, I like this. Look, she's brought her right hand down to this volume.
Yep, that was one of the options they were talking about. I'm glad she sorted that out. She figured that out.
Here she goes.
Yes, she put that together.
Great
Excellent.
work.
Whew. All right, that was excellent for Jessica Lee.
Jessica Lee was first in Alberta Bouldering Provincials, third in difficulty, and 13th at Youth A Nationals in 2020. So no stranger to competition.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, competing a lot. That's good. Even despite the big sort of 2-year hiatus, which interestingly with bouldering, somehow we kind of managed, because of the timing, in February of 2020, we still had a bouldering national event.
Right.
Because it was right before COVID.
Yeah,
and then
we shut down.
That's right, before everything shut down. And then this whole, like, since year and a half during COVID was you know, very different for everybody in different provinces at different areas. Different schools were online or not, and gyms were open and not. And so, you know, there's been a lot of adapting, and it's been a tough time for these athletes.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice to see them back. Tegan Chow going with that swing.
Yeah, doing the shuffle. Maybe needs a little more oomph in that swing.
Yeah, didn't get quite enough momentum there.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about, finding that balance between going too fast and too slow. Well, she definitely needed to go faster.
Yep. TJ working out the end here. Ooh, interesting. I think that's tough. It might put him a little too stretched out to get the tension he needs for that.
I liked the idea, though. He was really trying to find a way to be static, balanced. Wonder if he'll try it again, but try to do it better, or he'll try something new. Riley
chalking up the moose.
Taking up her moose chalk bag with her. Yeah.
I noticed that Riley is often chewing gum when she's climbing, too.
Yeah, that's, look at her.
Good
Nice work. Yeah, isn't that a choking hazard?
I don't know. But she often does that.
Yeah.
TJ back on it again.
Clearly I'm a mom.
I think we might see that foot again.
I thought he liked it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good beta.
That was, I thought it was going to work. He just somehow didn't get it fast enough in the right position. So, yeah.
Maybe his foot was a little too far left.
Yeah.
And he just found a little sweeter spot for that left foot. But it worked great.
Excellent. So we are sitting here still with Tegan Chow working out this dynamic run across those black volumes.
Yeah, and she's miming it out, and it's working for her. It looks like she's headed in the right direction here. I don't know
She's
how much.
got 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, she's got time.
Definitely has time.
Yeah.
She does need to, again, I think a little bit more power.
Yeah, a little more. But she's getting there. She's getting there. You'll see the athletes miming the moves of a problem when they're on the mat. It kind of helps them sort of embed the beta into their body, especially in a coordination move where you've got to do this quick foot shuffle. It can be kind of hard to kind of comprehend that, like, you need to throw yourself off the start hold, shuffle your feet, look for that target hold, grab it, stab your foot. Like, it's a lot happening really rapidly. So miming it on the ground kind of help you embed it in your body so you don't have to necessarily think about it as much when you do it on the wall. Oh, yeah. Look at
And
Taj
there
that
she
time.
did it.
I like that arm swing.
Yep. She, it's.
Oh.
What?
She's asking if that's zone.
No, that was just the minute whistle.
No, I think she just slipped off there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
That
That looked like she just came
Yeah,
off.
no. I think she just slipped off there.
Oh,
Looks like
man.
her foot just kind of slipped.
She
on
really
her.
will want to now get that zone after all that work.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, that's hard to repeat. But sometimes once you do it once, you kind of figure out the body movement, and it makes it easier to repeat.
Yeah. But, I mean, it does take energy to do it. So sometimes it can be a little harder to, have the energy you need after you've tried it a bunch of times. So.
I mean, I think this looks like it's just a run across boulders, but, the wall is still kicked back a little bit. It's still overhung a little bit.
Yeah, good
and
point.
so your arm is actually, you really do need to retract that arm when you hit the black hold there with the left hand.
There, we're getting a look at the angle of the wall here.
Yeah, nice. And I think she's just too tired.
Yeah. That's too bad. She got really close there. I mean, I don't think she was probably not awarded zone there, but
No, I don't think she even touched it, did she?
No, she did. She touched it, but she slipped out of it.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, she did not get the zone awarded there, which, it's unfortunate, but she'll move on. Get to try the next boulder. Start fresh.
Yep. We're going to have Molly come out now. Give it a go.
Yep. We got Matthew Rodriguez on our funky slab boulder.
That's right. And then Adam Edwards, Molly Dreyer, and Lily Trottier.
So that's the athletes have to look away from the wall until their time starts, and then they're allowed to turn around. And remember, they saw a preview of these boulders all together. So they have seen these boulders. They haven't been able to try them.
So Molly is, that was her first go at the coordination move.
She's nodding. She gave it a little nod. She thought, okay.
I learned something
can do
there.
this,
Yeah, I
yeah.
learned something. That's always good. Every attempt is a learning opportunity.
Lily here. Gonna make her way around this.
Lily's been competing for a long time.
Yeah, Lily's got a lot of comps on her in her history here. She was 5th at Alberta Bouldering Provincials this year.
It's crazy to say that people have been bouldering for a long time when they're in a youth
I know,
competition,
yeah,
but it's the truth.
There's a lot of events for them to participate in. Ooh,
She's putting her right hand on top. She wants to try to like have 2 arms to control that swing.
yeah, it can be hard to go for that target hold with just one hand.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, that was very, very smooth. Just hopped.
casual.
He's got a really interesting style, the way he just kind of like, he's like fast and slow at the same
Yes.
time.
Here we go. See if we can make
Really?
this final match.
Oh,
not
see,
quite.
this is the maybe slight disadvantage to the fast part of his climbing.
Yeah, I think he could maybe try that beta with the foot out left.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll get to that.
Really,
It's interesting. Like,
Just
what
make-
did they share about that?
yeah, I know. I
you
wonder. Yeah, did they talk about putting their left foot out
Right. Yeah.
there? Or the step through? I
Yeah.
wonder. Lily Trottier just made a really sweet ascent of that
yeah?
problem. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Molly on it again here. Giving it a big kick.
Recapping. And now he's back up there. Did not take long, Matthew, to rest. He did not waste a lot of energy. Now he wants to be a little bit more careful on the match,
Molly on it again.
which
here.
he just did.
Oh, there we go.
You know, that looked precarious for a long time. I don't think everybody got to see that, but it took a while for him to look in control there.
On the final hold.
Yeah, like even though his left hand actually came into match, it looked like he was coming off,
body was
and then he like reeled it in. So that was excellent. Come on, Lily.
Molly almost getting that done. We'll see.
That's what I meant. Lily, Molly.
Okay.
She reminds me of Kyra Condi.
Yes. Yes.
Very nice. Okay, Molly. That's really awesome work, Molly.
Oh.
That foot, I guess, was just not good enough. And you know what? She skipped the zone hold, too. She went blue to blue.
Okay.
Which-
So has she got zone
No,
yet?
no, she did not. Oh, yes, come on, go
There
get
we
it.
go. And now
Yes.
that's her zone.
Wow, that was really
Ooh.
smart. Does that count? We will see.
She's talking to the judges.
She went up there just for the purpose of touching that zone.
Yeah.
She really, you know, she'll need it, I think, given how tight everything is. But not so far.
No, they haven't given it to her yet. It doesn't look like in our scores. We'll see.
She may appeal.
Yeah.
She looks like she
Her coaches
thinks
are going to be looking at
she
that, right?
should have had it. But this is very tricky. Like, what do you call control? What do you call used
Yep.
to help you move forward? Like, how much?
Yeah, and that's where the training for the judges is coming
Crucial,
into play. And,
yeah.
you know, they're going through a lot of exercises to understand that. Looks like she's talking to the
I mean, I have to say, it's
Team here?
not obvious to me.
Well, that's why we're sitting up here in the booth, Bonnie, and they're down there.
Sure.
It can be a tough job for sure. Absolutely.
You don't like that though. It's
no,
not
you don't.
fun.
No. You want nice clean zones and clean tops.
Yeah. I mean, it's true she wasn't really using it, but she stopped on it.
Yeah, we'll see. They'll make their decision, and we may see her again.
Yep. Hugo Dorval on deck. Amelia Callanan on deck. Hannah Musgrave on deck, and Dylan Lee on deck.
Hannah getting to try this funky move. A little foot slip there.
Hugo, first try.
Yeah, same as Matthew with the one-arm catch of that blue hold.
I mean, I think that's the best way to do it. He's really slowing it down here. That's really wise.
And opting to take the zone hold with his left hand here, which is a better hold. So, may be helpful.
What's he going to do here? Okay, good.
Still find a way to match this.
Yes. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
With a
Funky.
flash. Yeah, that was an inside flag.
Flag, yeah.
So a flag.
Oh, Hannah's made her way
Oh,
here.
right on. We missed that whole sequence, but
Ooh, this is looking good.
Fantastic.
Really good.
Yes. Can she do it? She can.
Amazing.
And that was impressive rock climbing right there.
Really, a little bit of splits action at the end there, and that puts Hannah in first place here.
If we have a second, I would love to see her attempt again, but I suppose only if we have a minute of downtime.
Yeah, we might not be able to squeeze it in.
I
Dylan
know.
Lee.
Nice. Very
Hannah's
nice.
top here.
Most men are doing this one. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, so Hannah's sitting in first now with the only girl with 3 tops there.
That was really impressive. Like she finished that in 2.5 minutes to spare.
Yeah. Dylan also sitting in first.
Everybody
with 2
just
tops.
cleaned up that round very fast.
Yep. Dylan, the only athlete with 2 tops in Youth A male right now.
Dylan est en premier avec 2 tops.
Amelia trying to work her way through.
Oh, Amelia's still climbing. I didn't see her climbing. I thought she was.
Oh, that's oh yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Amelia climbing out of Coyote, training with Yves Gravel.
Nice. She must have been having a nice little rest there, taking an important little break. This is a physical boulder.
Yeah. This is Amelia's first finals at Nationals.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
She's really had a great round.
She has. She's also recently tried her hand at setting. She had a chance to do a day of setting with.
Awesome. There we go.
Great work.
Oh, that will make her very happy.
Yeah, she's sitting in second place right now with her 2 tops.
And 2 more athletes to come out for this boulder.
I'm really curious if we could get an update on Molly's zone hold there and what happened with that, but we'll have to see more on that later. Here we go.
Yeah, nice little recap for us.
Yeah. Hannah with 3 tops.
Athletes from all over. You see there's like evenly spread from province to province.
Yep.
It's really nice to see. And now we're starting maybe to get the separation we were looking for.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes as these athletes move through this boulder here, this coordination boulder.
Okay, Ethan Hoffman, you know, it's time is like it's coming down to getting it done fast now. So not only does he have to get it done, but he's got to get it done quickly.
And he gets that part done quickly. If he can make it through here.
Wow.
But Alexa Vanier with a really, really quick.
He cruised that.
Yeah, that looks pretty effortless.
Wow. That was impressive. Ethan Hoffman with a flash on boulder number 3, folks. And this is Michaela coming into this strange, weird body press.
Yeah, you kind of got to slither your way through these volumes, don't you?
I really think the way these girls are coming down with their right hand has turning out to be the best beta so far.
Definitely seems like it's working well.
Yeah. That crimp is pretty good there, that little undercling crimp. And she's staying nice and calm, doesn't want to lose her footing, presses up for the match, for the top. And now we're watching Alexa Vanier also sticking quite easily that coordination move, and now she's up into those final side pulls, also looking pretty strong.
And getting her zone now. There we go.
Very nice.
Woo. Great work.
It's really amazing to watch how effortless these athletes are using their toes and heels. You know, they just throw them up beside their head or off to the side and can just engage their foot backwards to keep them from coming off. It's really, they make it look easy, and it's not that easy.
Yeah, they're very good at using, you know, their feet similarly to how they use their hands.
Right.
You know, I think Evangelina Briggs is pretty well known for that too. She's definitely known to use her feet in very creative ways, and I think we see that through a lot of these youth athletes.
Yes, yes. Well, I mean, they're pretty flexible.
Yep.
I mean, I think that's something that coaches are now noticing and recommending that they train to be flexible, and because you need if you can get your foot up higher, you can use it on more holds. More holds become available to you the farther you can put your limbs. Ian Tan
in second place right now.
Yeah, and this one's getting topped, so he's got to do it too. I think we're really seeing, this is about attempts to top.
Yeah, so he previously had a little bit of a hard time getting through that blue undercling hold, and I think we're just...
You mean the big giant scoop one there for viewers at home?
Yeah, we've seen him now get through that. And
can he go backwards, please? That would be fantastic.
We might see him do that. There we go.
But don't do anything silly. Yeah, you're right. He's a bit smaller here, so getting that heel the way the others did is not as easy.
Yeah, he's got to take his time here.
Is he going to really flag up that foot? Can he actually put it on the blue hold, I wonder?
Looking at the clock, I think he's going to...
He's 20 seconds. He's got 20 seconds.
Bit stressful.
Are these rainbows or bananas?
Cantaloupes? Maybe cantaloupes.
Cantaloupes.
It just slips off there. Definitely feeling a bit frustrated about that, but he has one more boulder.
Yeah, but that is going to cost him for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got a solid shot at podium here. He's in second place. He's been, he's performed well. We've still got, quite a few athletes to come, but he's done well here. There's only one other top of that boulder in his category right now, and it's Dylan who's above him.
This is confusing because we saw the junior males on it, and we saw a lot of junior males send it. And so I think that we need to remember that Ian Tan is not in competition with the junior males. He is in competition with Benjamin Lucas, Adam, Dylan, and Benjamin Chapman.
Yeah.
And against those athletes, he's doing very, very well.
So we're going to see Chapman try it now, and he'll be the last one to try this boulder, this third boulder here.
So à date, Benjamin Chapman est en troisième. Et ici, le fait, ça va y avancer plus haut, dépendamment des essais, premier ou deuxième. This is Sydney Park and Jackson Mcdonald, who also now needs to start getting things done and doing it quickly. These guys are so strong, Casey, and also very technical. And Sydney.
Two great tops.
That was Jacqueline Ho making a nice top. And Sydney Park.
Sydney about to maybe do the same here.
Come on.
There we go.
Very good. Yeah, everybody getting it done. We got Benjamin back on the wall.
Yeah. I think getting into this big blue hold here is definitely a bit of a challenge, but seems to be a little bit of a crux on this boulder.
Yeah, I mean, they have to give you something to earn your zone, right? Like, they can't make it a walk in the park to zone. Otherwise, it'll mean nothing.
For sure.
So, yeah, I think you're right. And don't forget that start hold. For those of you who haven't figured it out by now, you have to start with all limbs on the taped holds.
That is a really tough way to hold that hold, too. I mean, these holds feel like fins almost.
Yeah.
It's kind of like grabbing a surfboard on its side.
Totally. That's a great description. And so
getting low here and working his way across.
Yeah. And so now he's in the same position as Ian. He's going to try to find that balance point also.
Search for that.
He found the blue hold. Yeah,
that worked for him.
That's what I thought Ian was looking for, but I think he was maybe just kind of flagging it out into the air, trying to find a balance point.
Yeah.
And
so that bumps him into first place.
Fabulous. Benjamin. Il est juste rendu en premier pour l'instant. Grimpeur de alley-up à Montréal.
He looks happy about that.
For sure.
For someone who said he was looking for dynamic boulders, he sure can climb some of these more static
little slabby slabs.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, if you're just tuning in now, you should rewind your feed and watch from the beginning because it's so...
You missed a lot of good climbing.
You missed some great stuff. However, we are at the fourth boulder of the final round for 4 different categories. We're going to have the Youth A female and male, junior female and male, all coming out at the same time each on their own boulder problem. And then we're going to cycle through all of the competitors in those categories. And then that will determine your Youth A and junior champions.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah, it's great. Tomorrow morning, we're going to run the Youth B boulder finals in both categories. So those kids get a little extra
rest. Yeah, I think that's nice. I think they'll appreciate it.
I think so too.
Everybody gets to have a good sleep before they do their final round tomorrow.
And then I hope you all can join us at Canyon Escalade on Sunday. Although I don't think there's a live stream on Sunday, but the qualifiers will happen, and then we'll have a live stream for you on Monday. On both days, we're going to have live stream for you. So we're going to have the Youth Lead Nationals on those 2 days.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. We'll get the schedule posted. We'll make sure you know when everything is happening.
Yeah. There is a schedule up on the CEC website, so you can find the information you need there. Again, if you're trying to check in results here for today's final, you can look at cec.results.info, and you're going to look for Youth Bouldering Nationals, and you'll find
what we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're starting to see the separation that we need. We have Benjamin Chapman in first, Dylan Lee in second, and Ian Tan in third. We still have 3 tops and 3 zones for the Youth A females. But we do have separation in attempts now. So we have Jacqueline Ho in first, Alexa Vanier in second, and Hannah Musgrave in third so far. Still 1 boulder to go. Things can shuffle around. And here we go again with Jessica Lee on problem number 4. So we've seen this before with the Youth A females. Lots of them did it.
Yeah,
so
I feel like they're really liking this boulder.
I think that I think these junior females are going to like it too.
Yes.
And here we have Benjamin Liss on that steep, powerful problem on the left of your screen. He didn't really love cutting loose on that small pinch.
No.
So speaking of using your legs as arms, this is a very good example of that. and she just hiked it.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. 13th at Youth A Nationals in 2020.
Okay, well, this is a moving up the ladder event for her.
Absolutely.
That's excellent. All right, now he's staying more tight. He didn't want to swing out. He didn't like it. I saw he just kind of was like, no, I'm letting go. I'm going to get back on almost. And Owen gambling. Getting on this a little bit more of a wrestling kind of boulder. This one hasn't seen a lot of tops. 2 minutes to go. Still trying to work it out.
Tapping those feet, showing control in the start.
This has been a long day, Casey, for these athletes. They're starting to get tired. They had a huge round yesterday of 6 boulders, and then they had 4 boulders this morning, and now another 4. So
it's a lot of rock climbing.
We really do need to recognize just how talented they are just to be where they are. Keep the love going for them.
Tiana getting
Tiana
into that
press.
shiny finish hold we talked about.
That's right.
No texture on that. It's like a bowling ball, half a bowling ball.
I think her press, she wants to press, but she's got to switch her arm around and press the other way.
Here we go.
Because pressing out that way isn't going to give her the distance.
There we go. And she's got it. She just needs to match this half bowling ball.
There, nice.
Oh!
This is the danger. This is the danger of the slippery holds.
Yeah, definitely.
She didn't twist her whole arm around, but she did move over a little bit to the left. She shortened up the distance, which is exactly what you need to do.
Yeah, and as a smaller climber, like, you need to make up every little millimeter you can. It counts, and it helps for sure. So, you know, these smaller athletes, they know the tricks, you know, to get them a little closer to where they need to be.
Yeah, this is something we talked about earlier, right? About how we all have our strengths and weaknesses that our morphology gives us, and you know, we have to maximize what we're good at and strengthen what we're weak at. You know, just want to make another little shout out here for the partners, our CEC partners here, Sport Canada, that's doing an incredible job of filming this event, and we have Arc'teryx, Movement Factory, Rock Base, and Rock Digital. Couldn't have these events without these partners.
That's right. Got all our volunteers in there with their Arc'teryx logos on the back. Lots of volunteers helping make this event happen too.
Yeah, and I bet a lot of them are going to make their way over to the South Shore, to La Prairie, au Canyon Escalade for the lead event too. Here we go. This is their last boulder, so they're really going to leave it all out there. I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely. I mean, when you get to your last boulder, you got nothing left to
save
lose.
for.
Yeah,
no.
You don't need to leave anything in the bank.
That's right. But it's still important to focus. TJ Foley. He's been climbing really strong.
Yeah, he's had a good couple days of climbing here.
I really would love to see him sort this one out.
Riley making her way with that big impressive boulder over there, the final boulder for the junior females. Oh, just slipping off that zone. Kind of surprised her there, I think.
Keeping it light. All right, now she's back in there.
Inching her fingers along that final hold.
I should point out that foot she is on is very small. Half of the hold is blocked, but she kept it together.
Yeah.
She stayed tight.
It's maybe like 3 credit cards stacked together is about how thick the surface is of that, or how wide the surface of that foothold is.
Really? I thought that one was slightly
It's
better than
pretty
the other one.
small.
The second one was a bit bigger, but it had more of it covered.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're tiny. To be putting all of your weight on. They're tiny. All right, Riley. She needs to do this.
She's got a lot of people cheering her on. in
Yep,
the crowd.
there. She aimed right for that zone hold this time.
Here she goes. Oh, it's not quite enough to
She's
get that.
looking a little fatigued, Casey.
I mean, it's Boulder 4, Bonnie. and
Yeah,
it's a huge
I know.
overhang boulder.
Yeah.
Riley, a recent transplant to Alberta from Ontario. I think she moved there in summer last year, so she's been out training.
With her sister, right?
Yeah, in Alberta.
Mm-hmm. And here we have Lucas Edmonds getting all up in that strange roof triangle volume sequence.
Lucas in 6 right now. He doesn't have a top yet, so he's really going to try and make something happen here. It's a hard boulder to get it done.
He definitely needs a top to move up, that's for sure. And he needs to do it
Pretty quick.
quickly. But you know, he'll be stoked no matter what. He'll be stoked to get the zone no matter where it lets him sit, you know? You just want to climb the best you can. I think that obviously goes without saying. We're hearing some real try-hard grunts now. Riley really digging deep. That's what we like to see. We like to see the trying.
She's fighting.
She's got a lot of support from the crowd. She's getting higher this time. That is good. Come on, Riley. Come on. I think she can pull this off.
Yes.
There, she did it.
Crowd's loving that top.
Wow, there are some very excited friends.
That's awesome.
And probably family.
I love to see that. Everyone excited for her.
Oh, that's sweet.
Super.
She dug deep.
She did.
You got to admit.
And she does. She
Yeah,
does.
yeah. That's why she's here. This is why these athletes are here.
Lucas.
That camaraderie between the athletes is really nice to see.
Yeah.
You know, we always talk about how, like, you know, they're competing, they want to win, they want to do the best they can. And at the end of the day, they're friends. Most of them are all friends. I mean, from coast to coast, they don't see each other that much. But the more they get to compete, the more they get to know them.
Yes.
I remember I was always super excited to see the West Coast. When I lived in the East, I was excited to see the folks from the West.
Sure, the people you're spending time in ISO with.
That's right.
Right? TJ in 4th right now, so looking for a top here.
I saw them doing some scrubbing on that hold. I think there might have been a little bit of blood.
Blood technical.
Blood technical. I mean,
Setters get to work real quick.
their skin's going to be pretty thin.
Yeah, at this point, you've touched a lot of boulders.
And when you fall, you tear your skin up more.
Yeah. Yeah, holds like this, they're pretty grippy.
Yeah. Your hand slides across those textures.
Yeah, takes a layer off sometimes. TJ trying to
Whoa, that's an
double his
interesting
way up here. I think that's tough. That upper hold is not really that good for pinching.
Did he secure the zone already and now is trying to do something else?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no, actually. This is his 4th boulder, so he hasn't hit zone yet.
Okay, that's what I was just checking the app,
Yep.
getting my info.
No, not yet. He's been up there, but didn't hit zone yet.
That's interesting that he keeps trying that instead of maybe just getting zone.
Yeah.
Which at this point I think would be strategic for him.
Right. There we go. That's officially some zone.
That's a zone. There we go.
Yep. Oh,
All right.
checking for the time.
Yeah, the clock isn't working, so they're running time on a phone.
Oh, wow.
So he keeps
Okay.
checking in.
That's tricky.
But it is his last boulder, so he might as well go till he's called off.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone can pull him down.
It looks like gravity just pulled him down.
A great effort here.
Yeah,
Good-
he
a
climbed
good
really
round.
well. All right, so maybe he did do it and the app was just not updated yet.
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, no, there it goes.
Okay.
Nice, nice,
Okay,
nice,
yeah,
nice.
first attempt to zone. So
Okay,
he must
so
have done it before
yeah,
we saw.
okay. So then he was just trying other
Dabbling.
beta. Yeah.
Dabbling in new betas.
I'm very excited, but I don't want it to end.
I know. It's such a good show.
It's true, but then we get tomorrow morning, then we can sneak in some Salt Lake City World Cup with Pete Woods. Everyone's wondering where Pete Woods is right now. It's because he's abandoned. I mean, not abandoned. I mean, he's in Salt Lake City doing the live stream for the World Cup there with a bunch of our Canadian athletes. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Adam Edwards there. These guys are struggling a little bit with this boulder. I mean, we saw that the juniors found it powerful and intense,
Yes.
and so it's going to be like that for these guys too. But was there not a little adjustment for them? There should have been.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to see the
adjustments,
so
that's
it's hard
right.
to say what the actual difference was.
Yeah, it's Lily Trottier there that we were just looking at,
And
making her way up that last boulder, looking very calm.
Yeah. Coming out there.
Okay, here we go. Wait, did she
Molly
match?
With the top. Yep. she
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Hey, Smalley.
Yeah.
She's having a good day, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Definitely. She's
Yeah,
been climbing well.
Lily getting back on. She didn't take too long to rest.
Molly's in second place right now, behind Jacqueline Ho.
Okay. But there's Hannah and Alexa to come after her, right?
Yes.
So Jacqueline, maybe, would we say that she secured a podium then? Can she get bumped down?
Let's take a look. No.
No
Not
way.
At this point.
No.
Nope. Looks like we're in a good podium position. Third minimum, I think.
Okay,
That's the
awesome.
deal. Still potential to get moved.
All right, Lily, come on. There's 2 more minutes. We saw with Riley that you can dig deep right to the very end, even when you're looking a little tired.
Yes. Anything can happen. Do we know what the time is
Yes,
like now?
it is 1:30. There's a
Okay.
minute 30 to go. And the same goes for Matthew Rodriguez here. I really would love to see some of these guys dispatch this problem.
Matthew's sitting in first right now.
Adam Edwards making some way on this problem. That's great beta there from him. That was really good thinking. He tried to go up before without that, and it did not work for him.
Making his way to zone.
Let's get that zone. Yes, that is going to put him ahead.
Amazing.
This is looking great.
Oh. Just didn't quite get that big sloper.
I liked that effort, though.
Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic.
He'll have another good go in him there.
Well, he's got 30 seconds.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, he might get back on. Like we said, it's the last boulder.
Yeah,
If he
yeah.
climbs fast, he might just dig deep. Let's see what he's got.
We've seen crazy things happen.
It's true.
You know, it's a climbing competition. You never know what's going to happen.
It is. And Matthew Rodriguez is there too. And I want to see this go down. Everyone is digging deep on their last burns.
Oh, yeah.
But it might just have to walk away now.
Yeah,
Lily will be disappointed with that, I think.
That's tough.
With the other girls sending that.
Yeah, Lily in 6th place. Yeah, unfortunately, she probably
kinda
needed that top, but
yeah.
you know, still a great round. Like again, you know, these athletes are getting experience. They're shaking things out over the last 2 years, and you know, kind of getting back on the competition horse. So I think really just like any performance that's getting you to the final round at nationals after the last 2 years these athletes have had is incredible. You know, so
It's so true. I mean, it is impressive, and you know, but I also just feel like it's important to allow the athletes to be disappointed too.
Oh, yeah,
You know, like obviously it's easy for us to say what an amazing achievement it is and stuff, but you know, there's disappointment in competition. That's part of the deal. Well, that's what you sign up for. And as long as you are able to just kind of like, you know, feel the feelings and then hopefully go back, learn and focus on just how bad you smashed, you know, because clearly she smashed, like she did amazing. But, you know, I just feel like it's okay to also have the reflective moments too.
yeah, for sure. Like you're definitely going to reflect on your performance, and you're going to think about tweaking your training. You know, these athletes are going to talk to their coach. Their coach is going to have, you know, some adjustments for them potentially, right? Like it's definitely fair to be disappointed if you don't perform to your own expectations, but
nah, she did great.
She did good, yeah.
Amelia.
Dylan making
Callanan.
his way, no problem up here.
Yes, very nice.
Looking for a little toe scum or double heels. Here we go.
Wow, double tops.
Yeah,
Simultaneous
amazing.
tops.
We like that when they time it together.
Yes, thank
Like
you.
that, we see the two tops on screen at the same
Yes.
time. It's nice for the viewers at home.
Hugo just got called off there.
I know.
Ouais, I mean, je pense bien, là. Il y avait une juge qui l'avait parlé. Dylan, là, il a vraiment montré juste comment il est bon. We really see Dylan shining today, I think.
Yeah, he's done great. You know, he qualified in 3rd place. He's sitting in 5th right now.
So maybe this last boulder that he just did was just so much his style that he made that look really easy.
Yeah, yeah.
So these athletes are still needing a brush. They're probably, I mean, they've had lots of cycles of athletes on there. They're getting...
Got Hannah Musgraves at the end of the wall. We don't see her on screen right now. Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah, she's matching up that last move already.
Trying to... There we go.
Okay.
Getting her fingertips on there and
Balancing on that tiny little blue foothold.
getting the signal from the judges.
Excellent.
Sneaking in a little send down there at the end of the wall.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it wasn't a flash because, you know, we have 1 minute 30 to go, and I think attempts are going to matter right now. But it's great that she did it. I think she's going to need it.
She's in 1st. Oh, sorry. She would not be in 1st right now. Oh, yeah, Hannah is in 1st. She is. Hannah Musgraves.
So Alexa and Jacqueline need to do it.
Yeah. Hannah's had a really good round.
Yeah,
I mean,
she sure has.
She's got 4 tops, 4 zones.
Oh, it only took her 2 tries.
Yeah, and she's 9 attempts to top on the sends she has.
That means she was really strategic and rested up, you know,
Yeah.
after her first fall. It's sad that we don't get to see all of the athletes on all of the boulders, but
Yes. Got a lot of climbing to cover. Giving these a really good brush. I think that's kind of mandatory at this point. Get
Yeah.
that start foot on. I'm
Yeah.
looking that for
I know.
that too. Bonnie and I both kind of nodded at the screen as he touched that right foot.
It's so easy just to put the left foot on and let the right foot dangle, but you
Yeah.
got to tap it. All 4 of those green tapes need to be touched with your limbs. Okay, and that will be the round for Hugo. Caught little Chloe there in the front, walking by.
Yep.
Another former competitor.
Yeah. A regular podium finisher.
All right.
We've got Ian Tan down at the end here on our big roof climb. And I think we're going to see some good stuff from him.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hopefully he's left some juice in the tank for that final boulder. We got Ethan Hoffman here.
And Michaela Kochi, who just keeps doing boulders.
Yeah.
She's kind of, I find, unassuming when she climbs. She doesn't have like a really like, you know, dynamic, crazy style.
Yeah,
she just kind of,
sneaky sense.
yeah, she just does the things.
Yeah. Interestingly, like she just has 2 tops right now.
Okay.
But she flashed both of the boulders she topped. So
Right.
a precise climber, I
Right.
think, right?
And this could move her up. For sure, she could move up in the rankings.
Yeah. See her kind of analyzing as she goes. Ooh, a really good save on the left side of our screen here
Oh yeah.
with
That's
Alexa
Alexa
Vanier.
Vanier.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, here we go.
Sticking it.
Michaela
Nice.
making good work here. Ooh.
I think she can do this. I really do. She just needs to stick with it. Yes.
There we go.
She got up really high there. That was really, like you said, being very precise about where she was going.
Yeah. And really
And another flash.
amazing.
Casey, that was fantastic.
Very precise.
Okay, Ian Tan on the big boulder, the big steep boulder.
So, yeah.
Ethan Hoffman. That is shouldery, powerful.
So we're seeing Ian on this big overhang, and I
Getting through to the zone like you predicted.
was predicting good things. Big
This-
move there
yeah.
for him. He's got to work some different beta out there, I
Yeah,
think.
you don't think he can reach it with the right foot out.
Yeah. I have to say, Michaela, with her very precise tops, her 3 very precise tops, is sitting in 2nd place.
Yeah, that bumped her up to 2nd.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Yeah, flashing is,
That's some high quality climbing.
and it's what matters in this round. Like sometimes it's just about getting the hard thing done, but in this particular round, it's about getting the tops done quickly.
Yeah. Now, interestingly, Sydney Park has 2 tops, also flashes,
Okay.
and a zone in 4, the same as Michaela.
Uh-oh.
And Sydney's got 1 boulder to go, so,
So
we'll
if
see
she
what happens
flashes
there,
it, they will be tied.
which will then go to a count back, which
Which-
means that Sydney would be in the lead.
Okay,
So-
because Sydney was ahead of her in semifinals.
You got it. You got it.
Okay, so then I
Interesting.
don't know. I'm sure Sydney does not know the
pressure.
fine details, but yeah,
Invisible pressure.
she needs to send this
Quickly.
problem first.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's in 3rd.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got it. Ethan making his way.
We really would love to see someone do this. I feel like
Yes.
Ethan can. We just need to come out from underneath.
Here we go.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Super top.
Ethan the man. I love it.
There you go. First place for Ethan right now.
Fred told me before, we were just talking to him, Casey, that if the guys can get both hands in the press on that yellow boulder, the yellow hold right before the last hold,
Yes.
getting to the blue is not hard.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, and that's exactly what happened. Once he got both hands under there, he just had to lean on over,
Yeah.
and he was there.
And Jackson's probably sitting in ISO and knows that he's heard the crowd
That's
cheering.
right, yeah.
So he's gonna know he probably needs to do that boulder.
Avec ce top-là, Ethan, il vient de se mettre en premier. C'était vraiment impressionnant comme grimpage. And this is our last athlete in each category,
Yeah,
Casey.
wow. We're here. Can you believe it?
We're here. We made it.
But
Thank you for watching.
That means no more climbing after that, though.
Just for now. It won't last. Tomorrow morning.
So we had talked about this during semis, but like hearing people cheering, knowing that a top happened, like Jackson's coming out, he's heard the cheers. He knows now.
Does he know it's
been
Ethan,
topped.
though? We were just saying.
I think he would know. Oh,
But why?
I
It
think
could
he
have
would
been
know.
any of the athletes.
True. Well, true. Yeah, you're right. It depends on how the secondary
Right.
ISO is set up, but
Yeah, right. Normally, you
You're
would
right.
know because
You're
normally they run them just one category at a time.
Yes.
But this time,
but if he knows,
yeah.
if he knows that a top happened,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where you're like,
He has
okay,
to assume.
right? Yes. So you have to think. He's thinking it's doable.
Yeah.
I can do this.
That's right. That is how you have to interpret that
Yeah.
crowd cheering. Sydney, here she goes. This is for second place, right?
Yes, and this boulder suits Sydney just fine.
Yeah. As long as there's no little slip, she's got it.
Yeah,
She's so
she climbs
like really
very well on an
controlled.
overhang.
Yeah.
She's really good with using her feet and her heels, and see her inch her way up these holds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
she's
she
looking
is a small climber. She
she's-
is looking very comfortable. Ooh, look at that heel. Love that.
I feel like she could just hang out there for like a half
Yeah.
hour and have a sandwich and then go to the last boulder.
She's taking her time.
The last
for
hold.
sure.
Yeah, and that just moved her up. She's tied.
She did exactly what she needed to do.
That
She's
is
in
right.
second place.
That's right.
With that.
That's amazing.
So yeah. So it is a tie between her and Michaela,
Yeah.
but due to the count back, Sydney was in the lead, so she'll take that second place position there. So great job from her, getting done what she needed to get done.
That means that Sydney qualified for Worlds then, right? Like this is what's
Well,
at stake, right?
Yeah, that is what's at stake. Benjamin Chapman trying to make some sense of this tricky roof boulder.
I think in this category we've only seen zones.
Mm.
So I think a zone would be necessary to maintain his ranking, but a top would
I think
put
we
him clear
saw
away.
Dylan Lee.
Oh, of course, Dylan Lee. Glad you're here, correcting all my mistakes.
It's rapid access to a computer, don't worry. Yeah, so Dylan is the only other top of this, and Dylan actually flashed this boulder, so he didn't just send it.
No, he blew me away.
He flashed it.
Yeah, and
So
Jackson,
Benjamin's
yeah,
gonna want to try and,
yeah, he has to try.
yeah, I mean, he's in second place. He's, you know, he's secured his second place at
Okay.
this point. But
Oh, well, that's fantastic for him.
yeah, anything else is just gravy.
Right.
As they say.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
really
he
good
can.
climbing.
He can't overtake Dylan even if he tops now.
Big span over to zone there.
Yeah, this is great climbing from Benjamin.
Ooh.
Il grimpe super bien, Benjamin. Il faut vraiment. Il va peut-être l'avoir. Est-ce qu'il l'a fait? Oh. Oh, he likes to make us eat our words a little bit, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he does. He does.
I like it when that happens, though. That's good.
He's got try hard. I like it.
Jackson, when he went up for this giant yellow volume,
Maybe we can get a split here.
Yeah, here
oh,
we go.
Yeah, Sport Canada on it.
when we come up, okay, there we go. I was going to say last time he went like an undercling and it was
Yes.
not good. But this
Okay.
time he went straight out right, pressing with his shoulder, turned with his thumb turned down, and that was much more secure.
Yeah.
But we have no more time.
There we have it.
No, we're done.
Amazing. What an incredible show from these athletes. And that's your round.
That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, that was fun. Really fun.
I'm pretty sure we're going to stick around a little bit because there's going to be
Yeah, we've got an awards presentation.
That's right.
Don't go anywhere. We need to see these athletes, you know, have their award ceremony at the end here.
Okay, Jacqueline Ho in first, Alexa Vanier second, Hannah Musgrave in third. This is for Youth A female.
Melly Dreher in fourth, Tegan Chow fifth, Tiana Tai in sixth place.
So
some great climbing.
The podium all sent all four boulders today, so it really mattered about attempts.
It did. It really did. That third boulder given some people some trouble. But yeah.
But not Jacqueline.
No.
Flashing everything. That's a well-earned gold right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a little tough, I think, sometimes if you finish all the boulders but you come second or third, but that's just how comps go sometimes.
Yeah,
You have to expect it to be like we said in semifinals for the Youth B, very little tops for Youth B men, for those who weren't around for that.
Yeah, for semis,
But, you know, it was still a test of determination and, you know, mental resilience. And then how, you know, getting to the physical, you know, performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of getting one or two things. So Dylan Lee, we have in first, Benjamin Chapman and Ian Tan for Youth A male podium.
And then Adam Edwards, Benjamin Liss, and Lucas Edmonds rounding out the top six.
Yeah, very nice. We have a nice separation there with the 3, 2, 1 tops on your podium there. That was a really exciting rock climbing there from those guys.
Yeah, Dylan with a bit of an unforgettable cruise up that roof boulder.
Yeah, really. We've seen this one. We announced it, the Youth A female.
There we go.
Are they going to start with the Youth A presentation perhaps, and then after we'll do the junior? So là, tout le monde, on va attendre, juste on va avoir une présentation des médailles. On a eu une round pour les filles, les juvéniles A, c'était pas mal important juste de faire des problèmes au plus vite que possible parce qu'on a eu toutes des personnes au podium, on a fait 4 blocs, donc ils sont séparés par leurs essais. Mais pour les gars, le juvénile A, pour les gars, c'était vraiment séparé par les tops.
Getting our podium set up here.
Merci beaucoup au CRUC, Centre d'escalade, pour avoir offert votre espace pour le grand événement. C'était vraiment super. Just reminding everyone how thankful we are to be here at the Crux Climbing Center in Laval.
Yeah, it's been a great event.
Yeah,
great venue.
Yeah, and the staff here, they all are. The owner and many of the staff here are ones who are volunteering to be a part of the event. People come from all around, but definitely the host gym puts up a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He's been in GF has been in climbing the MC for tonight, and he's been part of this climbing scene for many years.
Yeah, it's wild just to consider the number of gyms that are now, you know, across the country, and you know, it's gyms like this that are helping keep the Canadian comp scene running and
churning out the athletes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, some of these juniors, depending on their age, this could be their last year at a youth nationals.
Oh, yes.
Because after this, you age out of the youth category and you can only compete in the open category, which I think they're calling senior nationals.
Yeah, senior. Yeah, not open anymore.
I wonder if they'll reconsider that.
I don't know.
Okay. Find it strange.
Does it make you feel old?
No, I feel old for lots of other reasons.
Me too. My back hurts every time I climb.
Well, we want to say thank you also to everyone who's joined us on the live stream for the event. You know, we know there's a lot of family and friends at home who are supporting these athletes. A lot of people.
That's for sure.
So it's, you know, the athletes know that you're watching, and it helps give them that little bit of energy they need sometimes getting through a round, and we're lucky to have you all here with us. Don't go anywhere quite yet. We've got our award ceremony coming up.
We could take this time to just do another little shout out to our local sponsors, the Axio Home Internet Plans in Quebec, Tourisme Laval, and Gouvernement du Québec. And thank you to everyone at the CEC.
Yeah,
Lots of those folks came out. They organized the whole event. They got all of us set up, and you know, it is not a small event.
No, it's not.
Like
it is not. It's a huge event. You've got multiple categories, you know, that have been competing through the day, and don't forget also join us tomorrow. We've got Youth B finals coming up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
This is the future of climbing tomorrow.
No, it's true.
Our bright young future. And they had a very tough semi-round today. They had some really difficult boulders, not a lot of tops. So, you know, it's nice they get a bit of a break to recoup and re-energize and recharge for tomorrow.
The male category in particular.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the male category.
I don't think it was quite as bad for the UP female, but still.
Yeah.
And these athletes probably have never attended a national before, because last year it was COVID, and before that they would have been in Youth C.
Right.
And we don't hold a national event for Youth C categories.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. That
Cool
means they're
opportunity
all
for them.
just super stoked to be there at their
Yes.
first national event.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And be on the live stream, have their family and friends be able to watch them across the country.
That's right.
It's
Everybody
pretty
can
exciting.
rewatch this and
Can share it with their family and friends who weren't able to join. during the live
highlight
event.
all the times. I said silly things.
So always after the event, it just takes a little bit to solidify those results. The athletes and coaches are allowed time to make any appeals that they want to make on their own scores.
Yeah, I wonder if Molly made an appeal.
or others. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're up in the booth here, so we don't necessarily get to hear all the ongoings on the floor, but
they'll post the results in ISO. Everyone gets a chance to look. Everyone gets a chance to make appeals, and then once they have like 15 minutes, I think, maybe 10.
yeah, I think
Something like this.
I think it's 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
And
once
then
everyone's had a chance to review, then it's approved, and
Yeah.
we end up with our podium finishers and
Mhm.
our final results.
Ça veut dire que on attend là, on va poster les résultats en isolation. Tous les athlètes ont une chance de regarder, puis s'il y a un appel, ils ont le temps de faire un appel. Ils vont avoir 15 minutes de considérer les résultats. Et après ça, tout est signé. Ça veut dire que c'est officiel. Et là, on va donner les médailles. Demain matin, on va faire les juvéniles B, femelles et mâles. Puis on a discuté, moi et Casey, comment les mâles ont eu, des garçons ont eu vraiment une tour difficile cet après-midi, ce matin. Et donc, je pense bien qu'ils vont changer, les setters vont peut-être changer un peu leur problème pour qu'il y ait un peu plus de top. Donc, on a hâte. J'espère que vous allez nous rejoindre demain matin pour ça. Et on a aussi discuté que c'est pour eux autres, pour la catégorie juvénile B, c'est leur première fois dans un événement national, parce que l'année passée, tout le monde, mais c'était le COVID, on avait annulé les événements nationaux. Donc, pour eux autres, ça va être, en fait, je pense que ça va être très excitant, parce que les athlètes vont avoir comme ils vont juste être excités d'être là. Et être au final, c'est déjà un feeling d'avoir gagné. Puis juste pour rappeler aussi, les athlètes ici, en premier, deuxième, sur le podium, c'est avec ça que le CEC choisit qui va compétitionner au championnat mondial du junior qui vont avoir lieu en août à Dallas, Texas. On a déjà quelques athlètes qui vont. Ça veut dire qu'en fait, je pense dans chaque catégorie, on a déjà une athlète et une athlète des spots déjà pris. Donc, je pense pour les juniors, c'est Indiana Chapman qui a déjà un spot. Pour juvénile A, c'est Evangelina Briggs qui a déjà un spot. Pour les juniors mâles, c'est Victor Baudran. Et son frère, il a pris le spot pour le juvénile A. C'est Oscar Baudran. Donc, ces 4 athlètes sont déjà choisis pour aller au championnat mondial. Et ce soir, on a choisi au moins, on a décidé qui est qualifié pour aller. Et ça va être le premier, deuxième grimpeur dans chaque catégorie. Donc, on attend, je pense, justement pour être sûr que tout le monde a eu leur 15 minutes pour évaluer des résultats. Pour l'instant, je pense que nous, on va juste prendre 2 minutes, prendre quelque chose, un petit verre d'eau, puis on va revenir dans 2 minutes quand on est prêt de montrer, donner des médailles.
So
Bonnie and I will take a quick break, and we'll join you in a few minutes when we're ready to start the medal ceremony.
From humble beginnings to a global stage, no matter if you climb for fun, for sport, or for life, you found something in climbing that calls to you. A passion to struggle, to strive, and to ascend. The climb may be between you and the wall, but as a climber, you are a part of a community. A community every climber calls home. Rockers, proud partner of Climbing Escalade Canada.
Hey guys, wake up! All of the top 3 Leave your home alone. Okay, everybody, come on. One last time. Alors, la dernière fois. I'm gonna take everybody, and at the end of everybody that I take, please cheer up, okay? Je vais remercier tout le monde, et à la fin, complètement, j'aimerais un bel applaudissement, ok? So, pour les nationaux 2022 de Boulder, le bloc, j'aimerais remercier le CEC, Arterix, Oxio, Rock Base, Movement Factory, Tourisme Laval, Rock Digital, Sport Canada TV, le gouvernement du Québec, tous les parents qui sont venus, all the parents, tous les climbers, tous les grimpeurs, tous les volontaires, tous les bénévoles, all the sitters, tous les ouvreurs. Thank you to those guys.
I think Bonnie and I are going to say our goodbyes and we'll leave you with the award ceremony for this evening.
Merci beaucoup pour être venu. Là, Casey puis moi, on va arrêter pour le soir, puis on va vous laisser regarder la présentation des médailles.
Yeah. And
Bonsoir.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Et à demain.
Yeah. No, yeah, go behind that. It'll be awesome. Are you ready? Okay. Right. So, in third position, from BC, Anna Musgrave. In second place, from Alberta, Alexa Vanier. Yeah, UA gold medalist from Ontario, Jacqueline Hall. So do a big smile. Yeah. Oh, you want to do a good one. Oh, it's a technical podium. Yeah. Okay, now call in UK male behind the podium. What's up? There is a box for the trophy. All right. From Ontario in third place, Young Pan. Okay. Du Québec, deuxième position, Benjamin Chapter. Aussi du Québec, votre médaille d'or, Dylan Louis. Thank you, guys. All right, guys. Good job. Calling junior female behind the podium, please. So, from BC, third place, Michaela Cossey. From Ontario, second place, Sydney Park. And from Alberta, your gold medalist, Riley Calloway. So she's gonna get back up. Beautiful smile. Yes. Calling you, male, please. Just, sorry. I have to screw up somewhere. Junior male. So, from Ontario, Matthew Rodriguez. From BC, second place, Jackson Mcdonald. And finally, also from BC, your gold medalist, Ethan Hoffman. Look at beautiful smile. Thank you very much. Come back tomorrow for UQ Finals. Thank you very much. Have a safe drive home, guys. Well, to you now.
From humble beginnings to a global stage, no matter if you climb for fun, for sport, or for life, you found something in climbing that calls to you. A passion to struggle, to strive, and to ascend. The climb may be between you and the wall, but as a climber, you are a part of a community. The community every climber calls home. Rockets, proud partner of Climbing Escalade Canada.